I think that needs a little bit of work. Make it more concise and such. Welcome to my chat and whatever I do with it. Sherilyn Madcat as per normal for those who know me. It's still Sherilyn Madcat for whoever doesn't know me. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing here today except for my regular fiddle around on ESO to at least get my daily and chat about whatever I want to chatter about, and maybe do some artwork tonight. But I'm not intending on doing an awful lot, really. There's been quite a few different things going on in the community I share with many reptile. Oh, someone came in and then ran away. Uh, a few things that have been happening with a few of the reptile community that I hang about with, or try to keep the community uh, as um, people helping each other type of thing. Yeah. There have been a couple of little changes. One of the biggest changes has been the Peony show having broken up, and both BPL and Josue going their own ways. BPL seems to be considering doing his own just BPL show, which is great. And Josue is, I'm not sure what Josue's going to do. I do know he's gotten Elder Scrolls Online for the computer, which means, yay, I can terrorize with him and show him how to play and everything, or show him the new things about it that he wouldn't have known beforehand or doesn't really know with having just, he had come back on the PlayStation, I guess it is. So I can teach him a few new things, show him what exactly the new skill process is, skill uh, skill process after you get to 50 hero points or whatever it is. Yeah, I can really explain things in technical, with technical preciseness of a wombat. But hey, technicalities, huh? Oh, what I am doing here is, first off, is my tea. Yeah, I found that the big mugs I have, they're beautiful mugs. They are great for cold liquids, but my tea and my milk just tends to curdle really quickly, which is not one of my favorite things considering I am a tea fanatic. And being back into my tea is a happy thing. If you will wait one moment, I shall do a little chug-a-lug because I haven't had tea all day. So I chug-a-lug and try to kill myself. Oh man, Hello, whoever's there. You do not need to call 911 yet. Whoever has disappeared. She's trying to kill herself, guys. Come watch. Okay, let's try that again, but without trying to kill myself. It's much better. Why my system decided to, close off the esophagus. Yes, let's close the esophagus while she is trying to drink. This is fun. Yep. Fun for whom? I don't know. I'm subverse. Lord of Deception. God. Let's see how fun it is to have Sherry choke on her teeth. Hello, hello, whoever is there, come say hi. Hey, Michaela. Yes, hello. Glad you're here. I just almost choked myself to death. My throat decided to close off while I was drinking my tea.
Real fun.
Oh, by the way, this is my sister Dorothy. I do not remember if you've ever seen her.
I've heard the name a number of times. Hello, Michaela.
Well, I've known a couple Michaelas. I think I had a character named Michaela, didn't I? I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, he say hi.
Yeah.
Oh, your girl has been out, which reminded me you're Kayla. But she went back into her hidey hole. She has a autocorrect. Dorothy has a leopard gecko named Kayla. Or is it Michaela? Is it Kayla? Yeah, it's Kayla.
Yeah. No, Ma. It's just Kayla.
Okay. She has a leopard gecko named Kayla. And she has a cresty gecko named Lizzie.
Yeah, I was too lazy to name anything else.
Yeah, it was a hard day that day. You used to have two? Cool. Well, we have the two leopard geckos, one's mine, one's hers. Same with the crested geckos, one mine, one hers. So she gets to look at them. I get to feed and take care of them. But I'm the one who wanted a creature in the first place, so it's my own fault. But that's not bad. Anyway, have you been having a fun day today watching everyone's silliness? This is backwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that tank is actually on the other side. I'm quite sure your bell pythons can be pretty quick when they want to be. And yeah, the leopard geckos are quite quick. It's I don't know. They just can be quite quick. It's interesting that the counter doesn't show anyone here. Don't mind me. I go through these first. Get a little cooling off. It's been pretty hot over here for a bit. Well, I don't have any actual snakes. Have 3 people out of the 5 who live here who don't like snakes. Mm, I'm quite sure it is. I never thought of that. It is a possibility. Maybe that's how my animal house sneaks up on people. Little rascal. Um, Justin from my animal house always sees what's going on in the community. He's really fast at that. He likes to make sure he says hi and contributes to everyone's streams and, you know, is there for you, which is really nice. So that's something I didn't think about was being on the phone. Hmm. Yeah, he does. I've been actually Justin is the one who got me into all of the snakes, the snake group when everything started um, building out and all. Because hello, whoever else is here. Hi, hi, hi. Um, Both of us would go into Brian Barczyk's stuff and leave messages to Brian Barczyk. And I saw something that he said and went to Instagram and followed him on Instagram, and he followed me on Instagram from Night Dot from way back. Then he and Dog got together, and I just followed. And then follow everyone. It's a good community. It really is. And I don't say that lightly because I've been in some pretty bad communities. I've been in some communities where they attack you like a pack of hound dogs if you don't say something quite right, the way they think or anything. But really, so it was yours, I think. Just a second. Is it? Yep. I just subscribed to your YouTube. Yeah, they just, people forget that there's a lot more ways to do things than just one. And yes, I find it very rough. So, did you want to come on with me here and chat direct? Makes it easier sometimes if you can talk. If you're not. Okay, sure. Whatever way you like it. I'm usually here. Sooner or later, my husband's going to be hauling me kicking and screaming off the stream someday. Couple more people. So who's hanging out? Oh yeah. Well, thank you very much. 2 a.m. there. 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning. I've got 11:30ish in the evening. So you're a few hours ahead. Your husband too, huh? Yeah. Uh, I'm just I get distracted and everything, and I try to get things done in the evening that, I mean, to me, this is an important thing, but it's easier to do it at night or more evening when I don't have so many things going on around me. And when it comes to doing artwork or, yeah, I, you, I mean, I don't have kids, but it's a lot that goes on in the daytime. And daytime to me is, even if no one's here, it's still just not, just expect, someone to come in asking questions about something, or which is not a bad thing. I mean, that's regular life, but it's not conductive um, for some things. So, yeah, it's just different. So, um, ooh, mhm. I bet it's nice in its own way, though. Um, I will be live streaming sometime tomorrow. I'm not quite sure when. Tonight, I am going to force myself to get to bed before 3, hopefully. But I will probably be streaming tomorrow. Um, not quite sure when exactly. I might go on before the Iron Animal show, or I might go on after BPL. I don't have an exact time I go on, so that's because there's so many of us and so many times. Yeah, I'll be on sometime. I'll be on terrorizing someone else sometime, just saying hi and chat and such. That's my way of helping, sorta. Okay, you take care and take care of all your household and chickens. Are they egg chickens or meat chickens? Well, with 150, I guess not really meat chicken per se, or show. We can talk about that tomorrow. So I'll see you later tomorrow. You take care. Egg chickens. Take your time. Definitely. I've only worked with, what was it, 50 we had at the camp? 25 or 50, something like that. It was just summer egg layers and winter munchies. Night, night. Have a good sleep. Okay. Nice, sweet person. Have to watch a couple of videos. Know what I'm. Know what goes on with that channel. Hmm. So she's gone. I'm just going to finish eating these and get into Elder Scrolls Online to get my daily so I can get that ugly bird a little later. Oh, there's every day you get a little treat when you sign in. And if you sign in enough times during the month, in the middle of the month, they usually have a special, an extra special thing. Like at the start of the month, they might have a boxes of uh, things that fix your equipment or um, a scroll of getting 50% more experience doing things for 35 minutes, or a scroll that takes a day off of off of uh, study for a item to learn it. And there's someone else here. Hello, hello. However, this mid-month they have a pet. You can get these weirdo pets in Elder Scrolls, and this month we have a oh god, I'll have to show it, Jen. It's a moa, small version of their moa bird, which is a carnivorous little pest. That will chase you down and jump on your head. But the pet won't do that to you. But you get a little pet. It's not like a pet, you can click on these pets and have them run around with you or whatever. But it's just a collector's type of thing that you're not going to be pulled out of your home and told that you have collected pets and have a dangerous situation on your hands having 500 cats and dogs. These are just pets you have in the game, which yeah, would be kind of funny though, having characters with a house full of these pets and they get caught for having too many pets. Um, Whoever was here was just taking a peek, which is fine. Take a peek, see if you like. If you don't like, go away. If you do like, have a hang about. So, what else? Hopefully, I'll be able to get Josue to play. Yeah, so not too long. Yeah, actually, there is something I have to fix up here. I don't know why my edit. That's weird. A flavor to that. Why my add-ons are not. Okay, let me see. Hmm, nope. Nope. Come on, you pain in the arse program. Where are you settled out at? That's interesting. I just do not. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. There we go. Okay. So I hate when you. There we go. Okay, let's go here. Update all of my stuff. Hmm. Okay, that's all nicely fixed up. I think what I have is an issue for what's going on my Discord. Okay, just quit Discord for a little bit. Where? Okay. Okay. Did all the little things. And I wasn't running with them. Okay. Oh, I'm still here at Fort Sphinx Moth. Oh, not bad. better do something about that, shouldn't I? Hmm. Okay. Uh, So, daily reward. Clunk. Yeah, it's a fledgling terror bird that I want to get. And it's another week for that. Now, let's see what Bastion does not like you getting into, because apparently each one of these characters have a great fest, and I see a Benjamin. Hello, hello. Yes, I'm still awake. Did you want to come in and talk to me while I'm playing? You can do so if you like. Yeah, I have a husband, and he's a really good guy. There you go. You want to come in and chat, chat, chat? Then you can, or you can stay in the basic chat, or you can come in the live part, whichever you like. Let's see. I was gonna check out this information here as well. Okay, soloing. Bastion, what makes him not like things? Enter combat with a friendly, finishing combat using the Blade of Woe on a friendly, looting friendly, stealing absolutely anything. Oh, for goodness sakes, you. Okay, so that's okay, whatever you want to do there. Let's see. Oh, better make it a little better for me to take this, move it over so I can read a bit better. And move over the. Oh. So, I cannot steal anything whatsoever around this guy. This is the this guy here, Bastion, is a new companion deal. You can't steal anything while around him. So I can't steal anything from in. That's annoying.
Haha!
Oh,
It did work. It worked.
what was that?
It's amazing. I didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah, where?
Because I had such shitty Wi-Fi that I thought it was just going to fail.
Ah,
So what are you playing?
sometimes.
Is that Elder
Uh,
Scrolls?
there.
Are you playing Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls Online. You ever play it?
No. Nope.
Not a gamer.
Yeah, big gamer, but I only play on a Xbox 360.
Ah, yeah.
I am planning to get an Xbox One real soon.
Well, this is the game you can play on. It's just you won't be able to play with me on that.
I enjoy gaming, but I'm not into it that much that I have to have the latest console every time a new one comes out. I'm quite happy with the Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Eventually I'll upgrade to the latest, but I mean, I don't play them that often. It's just not worth paying. I can get an Xbox One second hand for about $300. I reckon that's probably what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah. I only have my computer, and I don't really upgrade on anything so very much.
Well, Xboxes are really good because if you've got an old TV that's like a dumb TV, normal TV,
Yep.
you can hook your game console up to your TV and make your TV smart.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Once I hooked my Xbox up to my TV suddenly got smarter. Grew an extra brain.
Yeah,
So
and we don't
now
watch TV, so there's...
I can watch
We don't
YouTube on TV. I can play games on my TV. I can watch
Oh
movies,
yeah, that's perfect in that, yeah.
Netflix, all that stuff, all on my TV, and that's perfect for me.
That makes
But
it...
I would like a smart TV next, like so that I don't have to use the console to do it. Like I'd rather have the TV being smart on its own. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what I mean by smart TVs?
Yep, we have one here.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't. My TV's old and it's still not. I've got an old fucking. It's just an LCD screen. So
Yeah.
But about $500, and I could get a second-hand TV from the pawn shop, which is pretty good. Maybe if I spent $800, I might get one that's 4K or something. But
Well, we have a big TV, but we only have it because my mom bought it. Huh?
Is it a 65-inch or a 55?
55, I think, or 50 something. I don't know.
55.
I just know that.
Big. But those 65s are just ridiculously even bigger. Fucking, I was like, what the fuck? When they came out, I was like, oh my god. I thought 50s were big, and then I thought 55s were big. Then when you see a 65, it's like, holy shit.
Yep. No, this one my mom bought a couple years ago. That would have been...
Cool. This is cool how
Actually,
I can
that would have been about 10 years ago that she bought it, because she passed away about 3.
Oh, right, your mum. Okay, what was your mum's name?
Shirley Ann.
Shirley Ann. Okay. What did she do?
Sure. Well, she did did income tax. She did the checking of income tax at my dad's office, our dad's office.
So there's like an office lady, accountant, sort of office lady, accountant, tax return specialist.
In a sense, she she did the work for Dad's office, so
What was your dad? What did your dad do?
He was a tax accountant.
Right, he was the tax accountant. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he was a tax accountant. She did checking of information to make sure that it was properly done by the typists. So she
Those
checked to make sure
guys-
that from the work that the typists were given, that what they typed was the same as what was on the forms.
Those guys crack me up trying to get me to play the guitar all the time.
They love getting you to.
Oh, we had some good laughs, don't we, with those guys?
Oh,
They're a
for
good bunch. They're a good
I-
bunch of people. But just lately, I have had some like misgivings and like some. I watched a video this morning on New England from Nerd, New England Reptiles.
oh yes,
And he was very against the live feeding videos and showing another animal suffering as it's being eaten, and that, you know, for people that get off on watching that sort of stuff, that
Yep.
he was calling them vores, which is like person who gets off on crush videos or whatever, you know, it's like a fetish.
Yep.
You know, and
yeah,
he's saying,
because
yeah, but I mean, not everybody's like that likes watching feeding videos. I don't believe that. Surely not. Otherwise, we'd all be fucking sadistic psychopaths, wouldn't we?
that's what it seems like to an awful lot of people. Yeah, especially when
trying
the
to-
animal's screeching and person's
Yeah,
laughing
trying-
in the background.
Trying to paint us out to be sadists and that just because we find feeding videos educational. You know, I mean,
I
I've watched videos of lions eating hyenas, and hyenas eating lions, and lions eating antelopes, and crocodiles eating antelopes, and nobody says a fucking word about that shit. Nobody comes online and says, "Oh, that's fucking animal abuse. Why are you showing this?" Blah 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 to the BBC or whoever, nature documentary. But as soon as somebody puts that stuff on YouTube in their own home in a cage in an enclosure, suddenly it's, "Oh, but you can't do that. That's evil."
Well, what, in a sense, I can understand the interest of it.
Yeah, I can
You have to think
understand
of it
both
this way.
I can understand
Now,
both sides.
There are many of us who, there are some who do it, and it is a factor of, it is for educational purposes. The
Do you reckon there's a
it's-
few in there that are doing it just because they like watching animals suffer?
and
And they
that is the
ruin-
concern that some
ruining
people
it for
have.
everybody else? Yeah. And they're ruining it for all the rest of the normal people who don't get off on it like that.
Yeah, it's a factor of, you know,
Yeah.
you
I don't know, that's a fine line.
yeah, it's a fine line
Very-
between
Very sensitive topic, because you're going to get people on both sides who are really fanatical about.
and it's a factor that some people who do the who do
Do you
the
do live feeding?
well, I do have to feed live insects for the leopard geckos.
That's slightly different from showing a baby mouse or a baby duck or a baby puppy being eaten by a snake. A kitten,
Well, snake is not so bad, but if you are
reptile
showing
monitors,
something
whatever
that
it is.
the animal is dying in horror and screaming in out screaming
Like
and
when
in
that
pain.
comes up, when that just using this as an example, I'm not singling anybody out here, but those centipede videos when the centipede grabs the baby mouse behind the neck and the baby mouse starts screaming, can't get away.
Yeah, but the thing is that the
Is
centipedes
that, is
take
that
so
going to be?
long to kill them too. It's
Is that wholesome entertainment, and where's the educational value in that? Like,
right.
those are my two
It's
questions.
those are the ones which people really do not want anything to do with because,
Oh,
well,
mind you, I found both those videos quite fascinating. I must admit, I did actually find them interesting, and I did find them to be educational, but it was quite difficult to watch the way that the centipede grabbed the baby mouse behind the neck, and then it did slowly but surely like poisoned it to death, and then you could see the baby mouse was having a real fucking bad day.
yeah.
And
Well, the thing is that they're, if you're seeing a baby mouse screaming and you're hearing it screaming and being, what anyone would consider as being tortured.
in a way, yeah, I guess so. And I think that's what people have having a wawa about. Is it's a form of sadistic torture. I mean,
Mhm.
do you know what really cracked me up though? Do you know what really made me laugh a little bit was when the guy from Nerd came out to have his little moan about this channel called the I think they're just called Reptile Channel. They're called
Okay.
Reptile Channel. Yep, and he came out and had a wah about Reptile Channel and about Vors and blah blah blah. And the whole time he was standing there giving everybody a lecture, he's wearing a fucking Slayer t-shirt. Now, if you've ever listened to the lyrics of some of the songs for the band Slayer, you'll know that it's all about serial killers and peeling people, like operations in Nazi Germany with no anesthetics, and they sing songs about Dr. Joseph Mengele called The Angel of Death. And
Mhm.
so I thought it was rather inappropriate for him to be standing there giving everybody a lecture from the nerd headquarters, telling everybody how bad and evil it is to do live feeding videos. And he's wearing a Slayer t-shirt with a band that glorifies violence to the max. So what a hypocrite.
That
I don't
part I
think
didn't know. I didn't watch it though, but like I said, I can understand people's feelings regarding certain parts.
I just think if
Um,
you're going to go on there and complain like that about a certain subject, don't turn up wearing a t-shirt that glorifies mass murder and fucking, you know. I just think the dude's a bit misguided and maybe a little bit off his fucking. I mean, what is he doing there? It looks like he's just hoarding snakes to me.
well,
He
he
might be looking after them and keeping them well and all that, but what the fuck is he doing? It looks like he's just got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of snakes in every room, all stacked on top of each other. To what end? It's like, to what end, dude? That's what I'd
well,
ask
he
him.
is a breeding,
Yeah, I guess so, but
but
I mean, I would like to ask him: does he really need to have so many people and so many rooms and so many snakes? And who do you think he is? Is he's trying to be like that other clown pants? What's his name? That fucking idiot Joe Exotic. You know, there's,
oh, the one with
there's
the The
Yeah,
one with all
that
the
yeah.
lions, the tigers.
Yeah. There's see people like that, and there's hundreds of them out, thousands of them out there. You know, God knows how many fucking Joe Exotic there really are out there. We'll never know. But it is scary to think about it, isn't it? Don't you think? Like,
I think
what
it's
must be hidden
all
behind
rather.
closed doors? Don't you think it's a bit scary? What must be hidden behind some people's closed doors? And, the little secret collections of, I mean, even Derek the other day was talking about getting a venomous snake, and he was teasing Jose about stealing its snake off him and that. But I think Derek's seriously thinking about getting this venomous snake, and like that's a big step to take. If you've only been dealing with ball pythons, you've been messing with ball pythons. When you start dealing with something venomous, I mean, the risk just goes through the roof, then, doesn't it? Just hope he knows what he's getting himself in for. It's like keeping a loaded gun in your fucking house the whole time.
It's a lot of.
No,
I don't know.
I wouldn't keep poisonous spiders in my house. Like if I did used to have spiders in my house, in my conservatory, and I used to feed them each day and that. And I watch the mother give birth every year to hundreds of little babies. And I was cool with those spiders because they used to stay out there and they never used to come inside. But ones like whitetails, anything that comes inside your house and actually comes on you and bites you, I'm not cool with that. No way. I woke up with a whitetail crawling across my stomach in bed one night. No shit. That wasn't a very nice way to wake up. Have you ever woken up in the night, or even just woken up and discovered some sort of dangerous critter in your room or on your bed or in?
Considering the factor that I'm allergic to spiders altogether, I'm not. I don't consider spiders and seafoods and such, which covers an awful lot of creatures, really.
Have you got your phone there? Have you got access to Google right now?
Yeah, I have access to Google right on my computer here. I just have to.
Okay. You'd have to log out of your game, won't you?
Oh no, I'm still in the game. I can go over to here. So what should it look?
Google New Zealand weta, spelt WETA.
Oh, the weta. In New Zealand.
See it? The New Zealand weta, and it's like there's cave wetas, but they're like this huge, horny fucking insect with big legs, and they look like giant grasshoppers, but evil from hell, with big stripes on their backs.
What the? Do these things go after you and bite you or something, or what?
I'm not shitting you. I woke up in the morning, and sometimes when I was a kid, and they'd be in my room, and they'd be in my and you'd find them in your clothes and stuff, and in your shoes, and anywhere they'll be around. But yeah, they're pretty scary looking, eh? They can bite, but generally speaking, they're harmless and you can handle them. If you look at videos on the internet, on YouTube, you'll see people handling them. And if you Google New Zealand giant weta, because there's a giant version.
There's a bigger version than this?
Check out the giant wetas. Yeah, fuck, they're scary.
Fuck, it's freaking half the
Fuck that
size of
shit,
the
eh?
guy's face.
I know. Fuck that shit, hey. That's fucking.
No.
You don't
Okay, no
want to
New
take that.
Zealand either.
Okay, yeah,
I
no,
stay
so,
right here where I know
so
the
no,
critters.
that's that's the freaky thing, because we've got no snakes. That's some of the stuff that's evolved here, because we don't have any snakes crawling around on the ground eating them. So that's actually quite an interesting little bit of twist in the ecology here.
So
You know
you
that
have
we've got two.
humongous bugs.
Yeah, we've got tuataras, and we've got wettas, and we've got these ancient, like, those wettas are just like the tuataras. They come from an ancient, like, thing from like the time of the dinosaurs. So that's pretty cool, eh?
What?
I
That's
know,
a huge one that
like,
lady is getting out of that tree.
yeah, native to only New Zealand. Now, if you Google New Zealand, or go to YouTube and look for New Zealand longfin eels, New Zealand longfin eel, or just New Zealand eels, big eels, New Zealand big freshwater eels, and you'll see some really freaky pictures of those.
Oh man, River Monster guy had been looking
Oh,
at those too.
you've seen
Oh,
those?
those
Yeah,
suckers are, wow.
yeah, that's a good
That's
example. That
one
clip.
heck of an eel.
Yeah, that's a good clip. That is. What shows what happens if you get in the water and you're rotten, like say you're a rotten corpse, they'd just come and like clean you up.
Well, all they'd have to do is come up and
They grip a
these
hold
aren't
of you.
electric, are they?
No, but they grip a hold of you and then they spin and then they rip pieces off. Like that's how they, and they wait for you to like go a bit rotten. But I had seen them burrow into the ass of a deer that was lying in the. It got stuck in the mud as it was crossing a creek. It couldn't get out, and the eels came and they ate it alive from the outside in. And they one went up its butthole, and they all went in. They followed it in, and they stripped it out from the inside out. And it was brutal watching that shit. Like wow, you know, like some of the footage I should have filmed over the years of the things that I've seen. I just never thought about it. I never thought to do it. Never thought to put it on YouTube. But
Oh my, you got the morays too?
yeah, we got big morays here, absolutely, and congas.
Oh my god,
Conga,
the morays are horrible. They're scary
and
frickin'
if
animals. I
Google,
know that.
if you Google Westport blue tuna, there's fish down there, these big bluefin tuna that are as big as a man, or taller, longer than a man, and rounder and
Bluefish
fatter than,
tuna.
like, yeah, big. Look
Holy
up,
crud.
look up Hokianga Trench bluefin tuna caught
I
on
just
hand.
put bluefish tuna or bluefin. I'll put.
Put
See
New
how.
Zealand. No, it has to be New Zealand Hokianga Trench, because otherwise you'll get them from all over. The ones down there and West Coast, just put West Coast tuna, bluefin tuna, New Zealand, and you'll find the ones down there. They there's a guy who went down there and caught one on a hand line on a surfboard or something, and he had it like, there's a clip on YouTube, and he had a big fight with it to get it in, and it was longer than his surfboard. Big fucking fish, real big fish, and
Holy
and
man.
they those fish sell in Japan for like $40,000 each and stuff like that.
That is one huge fish. That could swallow a kid. That could swallow a human.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Frickin' hey.
New Zealand's pretty amazing. Some of its terrain. So Google Milford Sound, Milford Sound, Milford Sound.
Milford Sound.
Yeah, New
Oh,
Zealand.
that is gorgeous.
Like that.
That is gorgeous.
Have a look at some of the other pictures because it's just too much to get in one picture. You've got to have a look at a few of them.
Well, there's quite a few here. That is just gorgeous.
You won't get it all in one picture. You've got to look at a few because like the whole place is mind blowing.
But if I ever went there, I ain't swimming over there.
Oh no, that part of the South Island is very isolated and right down the bottom on one side, and they call it Fjordland because it's just full of fjords, like in Norway and Sweden, and that how they have those big deep fjords. Well, that's the one part of New Zealand where we have them, so they call it Fjordland.
Fjordland. F-I, not the J. Okay.
Yeah, there's a J in it. Yeah, FJ something. Yeah, it's spelt crazily, but there's a national park there, Fjordland National Park. Mount Cook is there, and that's the tallest mountain in New Zealand.
Nice.
So if you want to know where I live, Google Whanganui. So that's spelled WHANGI. No, WAANGANUI. Whanganui.
Whanganui.
WHANA Whanganui. NUI.
Whanganui.
Whanganui, New Zealand, yeah. And that's where I live. And you'll see there's a riverboat here, paddle steamer, and big river, two beaches.
Sergeant Gallery,
Yep.
Whanganui 151. Oh, and London. Yep. You've got the London too. Kauai Park.
Yeah,
Jerry Hill.
Yeah, Jerry Hill. Yeah, there's a tower. Look at Jerry Hill. Google Jerry Hill Tower.
Okay, Jerry Hill. Elevator tower. Yeah.
No, not the elevator tower. Google Jerry Hill Tower.
Jerry Hill Tower?
Yeah, there's an elevator that runs through. You walk into this tunnel into the middle of the mountain, and then there's an elevator that takes you all the way up to the top, and then once you get to the top, you climb up this big tower.
Oh, wow.
It's like the Tower of Mordor. Like, it's huge.
Okay, so whereabouts are you in this kind of area here?
Oh, okay. Well, I live in a suburb called Castlecliff out by the beach.
Okay, so you're over somewhere around Bryce Street and Heads or Comfort?
Heads Road, yeah. So I live not far from Mossstown Road and Heads Road, and yeah.
Mossstown Road, Tayforth. Okay, where's
yeah, but I live
Bryce,
a bit
Heads,
closer
Pura.
to the river. I live a bit closer to the river where the you'll see what's the name of that? Taitoki Street, and then my street is Kofi Street, and then there's there's a couple other ones along there. Prairie Street.
Okay, I'm looking at Morrison up past Challenge, Castle Cliff,
It's just a
Edgewood.
small town.
Oh,
As
there's
New
Peory.
Zealand go, it's a small town, but it's a nice little beach suburb where I live, and got good beaches. I've got a good place to go fishing if I want. Good place
Okay,
to go
so Peory.
hiking, hunting, fishing, swimming, all that stuff. If you want to go and do it, you can. It's 2 minutes away. Mountain biking.
Okay, you said Kauai Street?
Ko-Fi. It's spelled Kowhi.
AI?
AI.
Kowhai?
Yeah.
And then there's a Karen Street
Yeah.
off of that.
Yeah.
So you're around there.
Yeah, around there.
Around there, he says.
Close
Okay.
enough. I mean, I'll DM it, but I won't like put it out on YouTube. My number, my house number.
46.
It's between 1 and 10 million.
I said 46.
No.
No, not as nice as that one. Okay, let's see.
So,
Let's see.
what's the time there? It must be getting late because it must be nearly midnight for you. What part of?
I come up with that, and now you're like, nah.
Are you West Coast or East Coast? Or are you in the middle of America, or West Coast, or East Coast, or are you in Canada?
Oh, I'm not in America. Well, I'm in America, but I'm not in the U.S.
You're in Canada, right?
Yes, I'm in Canada.
Okay, and so, but what time zone are you on? Are you on the west or the east side?
I'm in Mountain Time. I'm at 12:30.
Okay, but where is that? So you'd be on the eastern coast, eastern side. No, the western side, wouldn't you? You must be on the same time as my partner, and she lives in Washington State.
Oh,
which is
she's
just over the
down from me.
border.
I'm not
She
in
lives
Washington State.
She lives in Mount Vernon, which is like just over the border. You know, it's like north of Seattle, just across the border from
Well, I'm a
Canada.
little further from the border than she is.
Oh yeah,
I'm up north quite a bit more.
How far away are you from the border?
Well, it's called Canada, which is Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
Which is quite north.
Right, so you're a
let's
long
see.
way away from the border.
Oh yeah.
You're not just-
If you
yeah.
go here, here we go. I can go to here.
So Canadians. So you have to deal with those French Canadians.
Yes and no.
Do you speak French?
I can speak a little bit, but not very much whatsoever. Okay, here we go. Now, here I'll have to go in here for a couple seconds. There.
You reckon French Canadians are quite prickly customers?
Some can be quite prickly, yes.
Yes,
Some can be.
I don't know why, but every time I talk to a French Canadian, I find them to be prickly bastards.
Yeah, yeah. It some can be really nice, but there's a lot of dislike, especially between the English and French in some states of things. There we go. Okay. There we go. And there's Canada. Now, oops, on here. Montreal, Quebec, and Ottawa. We're talking French area over here.
Oh, you live in the middle then.
I don't live there. See, I am originally from way over here.
Well, where are you
So-
living right now? Like right now, which part of Canada you're in?
Okay. Quebec is the French province.
You just zoom in
Ontario
on
is
the
where I
part-
used to live. And
Zoom
I
in
live
on
way over
the-
here.
Zoom in on where you live now. Oh, okay, there, right, okay. So if you look at Mount Vernon, Washington, that's over just north of Seattle. That's where my partner lives. So if keep zooming out, yeah, over there by Seattle. So on the west coast,
Okay.
right over on the
Seattle.
west coast. Yeah, right there where that line is on the left hand side. On the left hand side of the screen. Yep.
Okay. So
Right
she's
over
in
there.
Seattle.
Just north of Seattle, Mount Vernon, Washington.
Washington. Okay, now I get really confused with
Yep, yeah,
oh,
you're
so
on the
that's
track.
Spokane, Washington. Okay, I see.
This
So
where
she's
that
in
water is. See where that water is? Just keep zooming in on that water there.
Seattle.
Just north of there. Keep going. Yep, zooming in on that water and just north of there. Yep, she's just there somewhere. Mount Vernon.
Okay, there.
Yep, that's where she's from.
Huh.
My sweetheart, who I've never met because of COVID.
Yeah,
She
and
was
you
all
can
due to
come.
get on a plane. It was all due
Yeah,
to get
and
on a plane to come and visit me, and then they shut the borders and said you're not allowed to see each other until you be
just
safe.
bad timing.
Fuck,
Have
it
you guys
really
talked?
was. Yeah, we
You guys have
video
talked and
chat
everything since.
every night. We video chat.
Yeah,
if we can.
but see, with me,
So we're just
there's the
being
Canadian
patient.
border there, and I'm just.
We're
So
biding
this
our
is
time.
British Columbia here,
But man,
and then
it
is
takes
Alberta,
forever
and
takes
I'm way up.
to wait to see somebody for 2 or 3 years. It takes real patience.
Yeah, yeah, bit of frustration too. But
But
I'm
I'll tell you
originally
what,
from.
I was single for 20 years before I met her and didn't have a girlfriend that whole time. So I reckon, like, if I can wait 20 years, I can surely wait a few more for it's worth it.
Yep. See, this is where I'm originally from. Over here. Now there is.
Yeah, I'm not from Wanganui originally. I grew up in a little town called Ikitahuna.
Ikatuna. Well, I come from a little town here.
Ikitahuna. Ikitahuna.
You notice it says a Sault Ste. Marie and Sault Ste. Marie because we have Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, and Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, US. So I lived here, which was just, this is the Canadian American Bridge right here. And there's these locks where a whole bunch of stuff comes through. And it comes through, you see here from the, in the Great Lakes.
Oh wow, that's a choke point. You're going to get a lot of commerce going through there.
Yeah, it can't, that's the main point of where coming from the, coming from across on the other side, you
Yeah, I
have
see.
all of the boats come in through here down around Toronto and such, but they'll go across here, and this is one of the main routes here where a lot of
Doesn't one of those
stuff
lakes
come.
cross? Doesn't one of those lakes cross the border and share the like one part of the lakes in America and one part of the lakes in Canada? Isn't that right?
Yeah, these here, like we
Yeah,
have
so
5 Great
they
Lakes.
they move the goods backwards and forwards across the lake.
Yeah, it
across the
comes
border.
across Lake Ontario,
Yeah,
then through Lake Erie,
yeah, it's
up
cool.
Lake Huron,
Yeah,
and then in
that's-
through Sault Ste. Marie.
it makes sense. Eh?
The two
Rather than
Saults.
haul it over land, why not put it on a boat and barge it across?
Yeah, and that's how everything would go across. Sault Ste. Marie and Sault Ste. Marie are two of the biggest crossings for river
Do those lakes, do those
trade.
lakes ever do those lakes ever get really stormy and like to the point where like there'll be like big waves that'll wash like destroy ships
Well,
and shit? Or
Oh yeah, look at the size of those suckers. As
some of
compared
those
to the
waves-
rest of the, these are
yeah, they look like
biggest.
inland seas. They do really look like inland seas, don't they?
They are basically, but
Yeah,
they're not seas. They're fresh water. But
yeah.
yeah, they're huge. They are huge.
Well,
When David first said to me, lakes, we'll go to a
If sea
lake.
level
I mean,
continues to rise, those lakes could be inundated with seawater at some point.
at some point it was, yeah. But there's so much trade that goes through those lakes. It's amazing. So these two cities used to be on the top 10 list of attacks for, another country if they were going to attack attack the country or anything like that. Those are a couple of the biggest on the top 10 that they would have hit because of it being the major trade route. We wouldn't have had a chance if anything hit. We'd have been gone.
No, that's very interesting to me. I'm glad I learned all about that because I kind of knew that already, but I mean, it's nice to refresh your memory.
Well, it's very different in every country. I mean, like Canada, people don't. Well, for instance, I lived, in Sault Ste. Marie most of my life until I moved out here. But you live in between 3 Great Lakes, and there's a lot of humidity that you get from there. And if you're near the side, at the ocean, you're going to get a lot of humidity as well.
What does your husband do?
My husband is also.
What's his name and what does he do?
His name is David, and he is also. has we are
Well, he's retired now, but what did he used to do?
he used to do drafting and computers.
Right. Is he still active, or is he just
No, he can't work in the
right?
drafting environment because of the smoke that the smoke levels that there is with the when they're doing the uh,
I understand. So it's not a healthy place for him to be in. So
no,
he
and
can't.
he has asthma, so it really takes you out. And
Yeah.
um, I have asthma as well. It's not one of the most fun things, but that part's not so bad. It's really the why does it have a house there? That's not right.
What? What?
Oh, I was looking at the house over there because our place is not over there. Because it shows a little house over here, but we're
Sorry
not
about
at 40th.
my terrible electric guitar playing. If it's too loud, you can tell me. I can turn it down.
Okay. Just yeah, I can't be too loud here tonight. But
How loud is it? Can you hear that even at all? Because I've got it really low.
I can hear it.
You can hear it.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
can
okay.
see. I don't know if you were in one of the streams where I mentioned how I got my head smashed into a
Oh, so you
wall.
really do pick up on noises more than most people.
Yeah, and I have a difficult time because everyone loves music and sound and all that other stuff, and I can't handle it. So it's really, I love the music and everything. I just can't take it at very much of a sound level, a decibel level at all.
I
Okay,
turned it
let's
down
see.
just a bit more. I turned it
Oh, you're
down
great.
just a little.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. What? Okay, where's ours?
I just practice to keep my fingers hard. That's all.
You have to. You have to. I mean, if you don't practice, then you have to re-practice years, whatever, again later. Oh, that's a blue quill.
Keep my
Oh gosh, no
fingertips
wonder.
hard.
111th.
So late at night, I just sit here and noodle away to keep my fingers nice and supple and the
Go
fingertips
for it.
nice and hard.
Go for it. I have no problem with you doing that. With okay, I have to bounce about in here for a second. Just because if I don't, it will go off on me. Okay, there we go. Uh, where am I? I'm looking for 116. Here, not Saddleback. Go
What are
away.
you buying for your cook? Is this what are you looking at, Matt?
I'm looking at this for 115, 24th. Why is 24th Avenue there?
Since it's just me,
115,
since it's just me and
117.
you here, and there's nobody else here to like talk with us. Like,
Oh, there might not be. There might be. I don't.
is there anybody else listening on the stream, or is it just you and me?
I don't know. It says there's 0 people on it, but
Oh, that's weird because I'm at least
the
one.
thing, there's normally someone on one of the other ones.
No.
I don't always get an awful lot of people on mine, so usually I get that's
I
why.
was wondering about Ball Python Love and Jose, and what Jose is going to do now because I haven't seen or heard from Jose since.
Oh well,
That
he
sucks.
was moving too. Josue was
Oh,
moving.
where was
So
Jose
Josue,
moving? Why did he move?
had people before. Let's see. Where do we?
Why did he move? What happened? What was going on?
Oh, he found a place. He found work. He found a job down in the area. So there we go.
So he just packed up
20.
and left. Is that? Do you reckon why the B&E show ended, or was it something else?
Uh,
Because the whole thing was kind of like, what the fuck? I was quite gutted about that.
you mean about the show breaking up and everything?
Yeah, it just seems a little bit of an overreaction. Like, from what Jose told me, it was just a difference of opinion. I mean, mates have differences of opinion all the time. It doesn't mean you fucking break up and never fucking speak to each other ever again. I mean, what the fuck?
Um. Hmm.
Must have been quite
How-
some difference of opinion, for fuck's sake.
I don't know what exactly the difference of opinion was. Was that made it so that they broke up the team and everything?
Well, I do
However,
know.
I was seeing even
Sorry.
beforehand
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Signs. Yeah.
I was seeing signs quite a bit beforehand,
I think everybody
and
was, but
no one
yeah.
wanted to say, looks like you guys are going to have a breakup. You're not going to
Moving,
stick together
moving,
forever.
moving is a very stressful thing, and I'm wondering if the whole moving thing was the catalyst that, like, the straw that broke the camel's back.
No, I think it was the differences of opinion in it. It seems to be how they wanted to run the channel,
They,
and
was it David said? I heard David say, "Oh, you heard what Jose said. You heard what that dude said. Blah blah blah." And I was wondering what he was talking about because I didn't hear Jose say anything.
what he said to I have no clue what that was
I
about.
must,
And they said it was the night before, and I went to that
listen
night
to
and I watched it, and it's like I don't see where Josue
it.
said anything that was
Yeah, right. Okay. Cool. So, yep.
um
Okay. So there was nothing to indicate. There was nothing obvious, because
nothing
David,
obvious as far as I could see. But I
the
mean,
way David said it was like it was obvious that Jose, whatever he said, was so bad that like everybody should be like calling him out for it. Saying to him, "Why did you say that? It was so wrong." Like making out like it was that bad of a big deal. Like whatever he said was so wrong. But
like I
like I
said, I have no clue what
don't know.
was going on
No,
there. It's like,
I don't know why I care that much, to be honest. Like, I only just met these guys a few weeks ago, but for some reason, I enjoyed. There's a few shows I enjoy, like the Iron Dog Reptile show, um, Venom Wonderful show, B&E show, My Animal House and Kurtwood when they go live. That's always a hoot.
mhm.
And it's just a shame to lose that. But BPL is still going, but it just I don't know. I just feel a loss. Like you lose
To
something
me,
that you lose something you really enjoy and really like. You notice it, you feel it.
mhm. And I found it confusing as well, except for the only thing I can think of is that well, they had differences beforehand, but there was because of the factor that Iron Dog now has cancer.
Yeah, I
They
know.
were trying to set up for one night a week because Iron Dog and Justin go 3 times a week, and Iron Dog's been really, really tired.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult on him. So a lot of the guys were intending on having everyone just get together for one show a week. And I guess Josue was not concerned that that was the way to go on things. And
David said to him, let's do this show together with everybody once a week. Jose was like, nah, fuck it. Fuck that.
in a sense, he didn't feel that they should have to do some things the same as everyone else, because everyone has been doing a lot of the same style. Like everyone's trying to get people to interview and
then dropping the link in the live chat so people can come on and talk after the guest's been and gone.
yeah. And personally, I just have people come on if they want to and help people when they want help, basically.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the whole thing now.
It's
After watching that video from Nerd, I'm kind of on the fence as to whether I want to watch any more live feeding videos or not. Like it really did make me think, like, what is the point of watching these animals being eaten alive? Do I really need to be watching this? Do I really need to enjoy? Well, I hear David and some of those guys, like, when the snake grabs the mouse, they're like, yeah, smash that shit, get him, boy, and that.
yeah.
Cool if it's your
And
snake.
that's
Cool if that's your snake and that gives you a thrill. But why do you need to show that to everybody else, expecting them to then give you views and likes? Like, you know, I don't understand that. Like, I don't get it. Is that really entertainment? Does that really pass? Is that the most entertainment thing you've got in your whole life to show us? Really?
well, there's been quite a few. I mean, there are some who they feed their animals live, of course, but they don't show
They
these
don't
live
show that.
feedings.
They don't show the animal
Yeah.
screaming, its legs running, and not going.
And
You know.
there have also been some live feedings done by certain people, other people who they put the animals together and have this fight fest with the animals.
Those terrible ones where they'll get a fucking perspex box, they'll stick a frog in there, and then they'll throw like 3 or 4
A
mice.
tokay gecko or a mouse or a whole bunch of other little frogs.
Yeah, and then they'll watch what happens, you know.
Yeah, it's a cockfight.
They'll put a frog in and a big chicken, and not a chicken, like a baby chicken, but a chicken that's too big for the frog to eat. But the frog continue trying to bite the chicken over and over again, and it just runs around chasing the chicken all over the cage. And it's just stupid. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking when you made it? Putting 3 lizards in with a frog or something, you know, and watching
just
them
to
all
see who's going to come out on top. Yeah.
Yeah. No, those are really fucked up, eh? Whoever makes that shit.
Yep. And it's it's really an unusual thing. And then the guy started doing these live feedings about the same time as those cockfights were starting to get popular, and the live feedings in some cases became a lot more aggressive um, in the attitude of the people who were feeding. And it's not something you'd expect, really. Um, for instance, David and I used to have this friend, and we knew he did not like kids very much, which is fine. You don't like kids, fine. Don't go near them. Don't have anything to do with them. And then we watched, we went to a special of Star Wars, where it was the one where what's his name started to become a Sith and killed all the kids. And they didn't show the killing of all the kids. They saw some being chased down type of thing. But this friend of ours stood up and went, "Yeah, kill those kids," and everything. It's like, okay, you're a little more far gone about this bit than we thought you were. It was not just, oh, I don't like kids, blah blah blah. It was, kill these kids. Kids are just, it's like, whoa, man. Time for you to get out of the studio and not embarrass us like this, or have something done to your head. I mean, it's one thing not to like them; it's another thing to go ballistic, freak out.
It's bad.
And that's
Like,
what this reminds me of, except for it's more deadly because the animals are being killed, right?
Yeah.
But
that is fucked up. That is fucked up.
it's very strange to me. It just, I mean, I know these are, the animals have to be fed, but you don't have to.
No. See, you're with me on this. You agree with me that live feedings and making videos showing the full total evisceration of the mouse or whatever is unnecessary and
That one was, yeah,
clickbait.
that was
And,
unexpected.
but I didn't think I was going to come to that conclusion either. When I first started watching them, I had a morbid fascination. I must admit, I enjoyed watching them, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is cool. But then I saw that video from Nerd this morning, and I watched it and I listened to what he said, and I agree with him. Like, he's right. Like, these animals have been put into these situations just to make fucking views and make people like look at it, and using the titles that saying things like mice battles frog and this and that. It's of course it's going to get attention.
Mhm. It's
I mean,
that.
I'm not saying that I disagree with what they're doing. I'm not saying that I don't support what they're doing. I just want them to think and wonder, is there a better way that we could do this without making the reptile community look bad?
And it looks, the factor is that they do look like, or make people look much more like sadistic people.
Yeah, She looked like freaking sociopath.
Yeah. And I mean, you think of kids, this is the type of thing, you know, people would say pulling wings off of flies, there's something wrong with that kid. Well, this is more than pulling off a fly, is how people view it. And because of the factor, yeah, I mean, listening to a little mouse screech for a certain amount of time is awful. I don't know what could have been done to stop that, considering, even trying to kill the pup would at that point in time was so far.
Why don't these people allow that shit? And people putting puppies in for snakes to eat, and kittens. And fucking ducklings, little chickens. Fucking unbelievable, man. And rabbits.
Yeah. Little chickens and rabbits, their usual feed for snakes.
Yep.
But kittens are being used an awful lot more now because people give kittens away. So it's cheap.
And they scream and they yell and they squeal and they make all the noise, and that's what gets people off.
Mm-hmm. These type of things, I mean, it's something which had been warned. And like I said, I don't have a problem with the animals being fed.
No,
but
it doesn't have to be in the most graphic.
It doesn't have to be tortured.
No.
I mean, the pup first time, like, I can see, okay, you did that, and
filming its last dying breath as the money shot is kind of, to me, it's a bit fucked.
Now, to me, it's okay, but I mean,
okay, like,
you didn't have the sound of anyone laughing in the background either for that one, which I'm thankful for. However,
it's their pets. I'm not going to say, hey, you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. But for me personally, I've decided I don't want to watch that shit anymore.
No, I don't blame you. I stopped watching after that centipede one. I stopped watching. I watched a couple and clicked on the like because I do want to support my friends, but I don't want to support torture of an animal. And I mean, there are.
Would you say, like, picking the mouse up with the fucking tongs and holding it back in front of the snake over and over again when it was getting away is kind of, or the lizard or whatever it happens to the frog, so that the frog doesn't have to get up and move. It can just, like, like picking the mouse up and bringing it back to the predator over and over again is a little bit much too for me. No.
In a sense, but you do have to feed the animal. You just don't have to torture. You don't have to fiddle with the animal to,
I just sometimes if a creature escapes over and over again, maybe it's meant to get away. Maybe we should
just let that sucker go.
Yeah. Maybe every
or
now and
feed
then.
it off to an animal that you know darn well is going to catch it.
Maybe every now and then just let one go for the sake of your karma, and your soul.
Yeah. But like I said, I have no problem with them being fed off. I just have a problem with if I mean, that the first ones with those centipedes, no one knew what was going to happen. None of us had a clue. But now, and there's not really much that could have been done during that process because the centipede would have gone after whoever tried to do anything.
It was Iron Dogs did that, eh? It was Iron Dogs. That was Iron Dogs. video.
Yeah,
it was
but there's not
Einfeld.
much you could really do to stop
But,
that.
but Justin from My Animal House, he's got one as well. And I think
Yes,
that who probably influenced Iron Dog getting one.
Iron Dog got one, and then he got one.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. One of them or the other influenced the other
Yeah.
to get into it. You know, that's cool. But do you really need to show the mouse screaming in pain? Actually, it was funny because the first video that came out was 2 minutes long, and it did show the centipede grabbing the mouse by the back of the neck and killing it, and squealing and carrying on. Then the next video that came out was 21 minutes long, and it was all like cut and edited, and it didn't show the initial attack and the mouse screeching, and it just showed the feeding. It showed the mouse being eaten by the centipede, but it didn't show the initial capture and bite and suffering of the mouse as it died.
That's because it was learned what was going to happen. And
Yeah. I mean, I think
Justin
maybe,
is very meticulous when it comes to anything he puts out. He has
I'm
a
wondering
heavy.
if he was getting some negative reaction or something, and he took it down and then reposted it as a completely different video, a feeding video, as opposed to a snuff film. You know,
Yeah.
and that was
And with
different.
Dog, he didn't realize what exactly was going to, he thought it would just, kill it and it would be done. So
Who?
he didn't realize what was going to.
Who didn't realize?
Dog. Iron Dog didn't realize exactly how it was going to look.
Right.
Be.
Now he's seen it in action, he's not going to post it again.
Probably not. Probably not. But then there's other ones where it's, I mean, it's one thing seeing the animal being killed, but there's also another thing listening to someone in the background going, "Hey, yeah, that's great, ha ha ha." I mean, the animal needs to eat. Yes, you don't need to be so excited about it. However, I mean, people are going to be, but when it comes to putting it online, there's a big difference because a lot of people are not wanting to hear someone being like that or acting like that towards it. Because once again, it goes back to that saying of, pulling if they're pulling wings off of flies for fun, there's a problem here. So,
like, I mean, I don't want to mention any names, but there are people that get extremely excited when their animals are, like, I know at least 2 or 3 people that are in the chat every night who, when their animal is eating or, actively crunching something, they'll be going, yeah, get it, yeah, get him, boy, and stuff that down, and and like cheering them on in the background, and so, like you say. So
yeah.
I just think maybe they need to just be quiet and not say anything.
Or turn off the mic.
Turn off the mic and
hide.
Share as much as they want without us having to
hearing it. Yeah.
Because there's think, well, what a heartless person that person could,
Yeah, that's exactly how people feel about it.
We know they're not heartless because we talk to them every day, and we know they are actually wonderful people. But maybe there's something in each of them that's slightly broken somewhere.
And it's exciting seeing, my animal is actually able to do this and he's being able to feed, and that's going to make it make it so this animal is going to keep on going and be able to breed, etc., etc. And yes, there is that excitement and there's that input to it, but people don't want,
Well, then
don't know, or don't feel that same reaction as the breeder does.
another
Or
thing
the person
is
does.
like I find it really highly inappropriate that to take an animal that's lived that should live in the wild in a forest somewhere and make it live in a fucking drawer its entire life, like or a tiny little enclosure. Like that's really unfair to the animal. Surely they must see that. It'd be like keeping goldfish for the sake of keeping goldfish in a fucking aquarium, and it's like, you know, at
Mhm.
some point, why can't you just let the cunt go or be done? Why do you have to like keep getting more and more and more and more and more, like, and breeding them, and you know, and then getting more cages? It's like I hear these people say, "Oh, we're doing it to save we save the frogs, we save the snakes, we do this, we do." All you're doing is putting them in cages. Like,
And some of the point is that in the cages, there's been a huge discussion about this within the last couple of years, when it comes to cages and the um, and the
are they saving these
and
animals
the
or are they
uh,
imprisoning them?
racks.
Yeah, are they saving them or are they imprisoning them?
Hmm.
You know, really.
And there's a lot of controversial discussion about that. There's a lot of people who believe the animals, if you're going to keep them, to have, you know, a big enclosure that they can um,
Oh,
go
ideally,
around
anything
in and do
ideal.
stuff, and
You
you
get
know,
too many snakes that you know you haven't got enough room to keep them all. The enclosures are inevitably going to get smaller and smaller as you get more and more snakes.
actually, there's rules and regulations on that particular part of exactly how large
How,
their
how,
containment can be.
how are they allowed to be kept in those little drawers?
Well, because the drawers have to be a certain length from the
And
one
what sort of
edge
life
over and to the next edge this way.
what sort of life is that for a fucking snake, though? Really?
Yeah, that's part of the rules is exactly the length and the width of the enclosure
You shouldn't see
is
that
how much.
thing. That the word enclosure in itself, the word enclosure is
Mhm.
wrong. Like, why enclose these beautiful
Because
animals?
otherwise you
Why
can't keep it because it would get away.
exactly? Well, that's what I'm saying. They're being kept prisoners for our own amusement. It's a bit fucked up, really, isn't it?
In a sense, yes.
How
And that's
selfish
what
humans
people also um,
humans are so selfish and we're so fucking so self-absorbed and so self-righteous and so fucking entitled. We
mhm,
think we should be entitled to do whatever we want, and especially in America, I've seen with this, you know,
land of the free.
the Bill of Rights and all that. We can do whatever we want. You know, we don't know. You know, it's like really, really fucking wild west out there in America in some places. Like how, for example, in Salt Lake City, the whole place is run by bloody Mormons. You know, it's kind of like fucking hell.
Salt Lake. Hmm. I always thought it
You know,
was Flint, Michigan that was run by idiots because there
oh, both of
wasn't
them,
it
both
Flint,
of them. But
Michigan where they
Salt
screwed
Lake
up
City,
the
Salt Lake City is Amish. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The ones that, yeah, that's a completely big story with a lot of
The Mormons and
connotation and rumor
they're all as bad as each other, and they're all as crazy as each other. And
all over the place. People are crazy, but that's one of the things too. Is uh, they okay? Brain went dead for a moment there. The things that people want when it comes to animals has to be um, understood on what the animals need and want as well. Um,
well, I know that an animal doesn't need and want to be living in a fucking drawer its entire life. Surely.
surely, um, and people will
How would
disagree
you
with
like?
that factor and have animals that like the
How would you like to be stuck on a rack your whole life, and taken out only to be like poked at, looked at, photographed, and then stuffed back on the rack again? Like,
but that's where you get the difference of that's personalizing the animal in anthropomorphism. That's what it says.
it's
I'm not
it's the
making the
whole.
reference. I'm not making a reference for myself. I'm just saying what what people say regarding certain things. And what many of the people say is that you're anthropomorphizing the animals by assuming that they like things the way you would.
Oh,
And to
I'm
them,
kind of like going by common sense standards. Like, if I was a snake, would I want to live in a drawer my whole life? The answer would probably be no. I mean, any common sense person would know that. But people still convince themselves that the answer is yes. And yes, the snake actually enjoys being in that fucking drawer. And the snake
because they
enjoys,
like being in little holes.
I'm sure they love being trapped in a drawer their whole lives. Yeah, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm sure they think it's amazing. But like, what are you going to do? Like, a lot of people that we're friends with would probably be pissed off with listening to some of the stuff that I've said
Oh,
tonight.
this conversation they could be rather peeved off about.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely,
the
I
whole
know that,
discussion.
but we've got we've all got our right to form our own opinion without
Mhm.
pressure or duress from other people, and I am slowly forming my own opinion as you have over time, and I'm not going to force my ideals or my um, perspective down anyone else's throat. I'm not going to go on anyone
Mhm.
else's video and say, "Look, stop doing this. This is ridiculous. Why are you doing this? I think this is silly," because it's not my place to say that. Like, if they don't know that already, then that's their problem. Like, what's the point trying to tell them if they don't know that already? If common sense isn't there enough for them to know that already, they
Mhm.
don't. If they have to be told by me when they should already know, like, and common sense should have already told them not to do this, but they do it anyway. That to me just tells me, what an ignorant person they could be. Like, we're all a bit ignorant here and there, I
We
guess. Like,
all are a bit ignorant about exactly what we're doing in life and
ignorant is
everything.
about so many things. I'm ignorant. Like even right now, a lot of what I've said is out of ignorance because I don't know because I haven't been like around this very long, and I don't know really what I'm talking about. But slowly but surely, I'm sort of working it out.
You learn you learn from what exactly goes on in a community.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
this
I'm working
community
it out.
is much better than others,
Yeah, and I
but it's
think
not
it's got
perfect in any way. None is. There,
no, no, it's-
I could get in trouble from that as well because of
no, I don't think anybody's going to bother watching this. To be honest, yeah,
a
Sherry.
couple actually do, but not many. They
Even if
look at
somebody
that over
did,
there.
I
You
would
see what's
say
over there?
I
That's a fish
stand
tank.
by. I stand by everything I've said tonight. So if they
Hey,
want to if they want to get on with me and ask me, what did you say? What did you say? I'll tell them to their face what I said.
you watch the
Not a
video.
problem. Yeah, I'm quite happy to repeat it to their face.
Yeah.
I'll say, look, these are my concerns. This is how I feel. You can either take it for what it is, accept it, and move on, or you can hold a grudge and be a dick and make a giant
And that's
twat
fine.
out of it. That's
Then
fine if
I'm the
they
only
want
one
to
who'll
do that.
have Benjamin coming and visit.
That's their choice. I can't choose for them. If they want to flip out at me and freak out, go, I'm never talking to him ever again, because he doesn't like live feedings. That's up. That's fine. Like, but I would still say, like, even if they are going to do live feedings, I could still be friends with them. But I just don't
Mhm.
want to watch live feeding videos.
Which
That's
is
just
just
the way.
fine. You don't have to watch them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll
You
get into
can
the chat, I'll talk with
you
them
can
in the chat, but I do not really want to like support or watch those particular videos. If they
mhm.
were making videos just showing the animal and showing the animal off and its enclosure and what it does, and it doesn't always have to be about feeding live animals.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Even though they do, it doesn't have to be about that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think
And
they've
they've
lost
had
focus and they've
yeah.
concentrated on one particular aspect that they've now sensationalized it to the point where they think it's the be all and end all, and they're all concentrating on it and trying to get the best possible view of the animals dying and gasping for breath. When it really is kind of like a silly, pointless exercise and like, who can shoot the best animal snuff video? Come on, guys, really? It's like, fuck, who came up with that plan? Whose idea was
Um
that?
for the feeding
When did
fowl
this
to
live
a duck
feeding,
for a frog.
when did this whole live feeding thing take off on YouTube? How long has this been going on for?
Oh, cripes. The specific actual showing off in the shorts.
Yeah.
Um, YouTube has come up with the shorts within the last year. The
Yeah, I
idea of
thought it was
shorts
pretty recent.
because of the fact,
Yeah,
hmm?
I
Yeah,
thought it was
it's only
pretty
been within the
recent.
last year or two, maybe at
Yeah,
most,
I never,
and
I've
it's
never
more, yeah, but it
never
wasn't
seen this
based
before.
on live feedings. It was based on doing a short little film, just something quick that you can put out to show people
Yeah,
what your channel's about.
yeah.
And a lot of people got into the live feedings for shorts because
What?
they work. They get people's attention. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Well, what does that tell you about the human race and the psyche of the human race in general as a whole?
at
Is
this point of time,
the whole of humanity is morbidly ill,
well, you
apparently.
see, who people are hiring out to be presidents and ministers and of states and all that other place stuff. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, they're into some weird shit. Lots of those top officials.
yeah, I mean,
do
England
crap.
has what's his name? There's quite a few countries within a couple years who hired people normally would be considered um, not so good to run a country because they don't care about the people.
Like the
And
president of Brazil. The president of Brazil, Bolsonaro.
exactly, doesn't care for people. There's this other one, whichever one, who was like, people have to do whatever I want them to, come here, do whatever. It's an awful lot of.
Right now because of Jacob Zuma. Look at all the shit that he's causing right now. For fuck's sake.
There's a lot of trouble that's going on in this world, and I think part of it is because people are not trusting governments anymore.
In Gaza and all that shit, that's a festering can of worms. Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, fuck, the list just goes on and on and on, and all the bullshit that's going on.
And a lot of it is I'm used to them turning around and lying behind my back. Why not just hire someone who's saying it directly to our faces that they're going to screw us?
I mean, look at that. The Ukraine, Chechnya, and now you've got the bullshit that's going on in North Korea. There's so many places around the world that are fucked up. Haiti's fucked up. It's just fuck. What a fucking shithole.
And
South Africa's fucked. India's
it's a kettle of we don't trust you, so why not go for the person we trust to be an asshole in the first place?
Apparently Germany's underwater right now, and fucking, oh my god.
Germany's underwater?
Yeah, some of it, apparently, from what I hear.
Oh, Germany.
So, yeah, Germany, yeah. Parts of Germany are being flooded, and meanwhile, in other parts of the world, we've got big droughts going on, and people are fucking dying.
And Italy is going down. They're having trouble with Italy.
Yeah, what a fucking mess. What a mess we've made of this world. We really fucked it, didn't we?
Now, think of it this way. Once we're gone, what's going to be there?
Well, a friend of mine,
everything else.
Dr. Guy McPherson, he has a nature program, a blog called Nature Bats Last. He believes that when it gets too hot, all of us are going to suffocate and die. He reckons the nuclear power plant will melt down.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, potentially there'd be enough ionizing radiation in the atmosphere to actually strip the planet's atmosphere and leave the planet looking like the surface of Mars.
Possible. But still.
There'd be nothing left alive on the planet.
Oh, there would be.
Well, I don't know what kind of life form could survive nuclear ionizing radiation.
Roaches.
Not at that level. Not when there's no oxygen to breathe. And
something will survive.
He's talking.
We don't know what all there is that can survive, and we've seen creatures living right beside volcanic ash and volcanic.
Well, this
burning.
Doctor, this friend of mine, he's an ecologist, and he's an human ecologist. And he's saying,
true. But
he's
stuff will come back.
He's a professor of ecology, and he's saying that potentially
Everything
we
will
could
be
lose,
gone,
potentially
destructed.
by 2030, he thinks the whole biosphere could collapse.
That is possible. We'll be gone someday.
He's actually convinced of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't
And
think it's possible. He thinks it's inevitable.
Mhm.
He thinks it's not if, he just thinks it's just when now.
yeah.
The bleaching
And the
of
simple
the
point
coral reef,
is that I agree. At some point of time, it is going to.
when you
Whether it's
bleach
in
the
10,
coral
20
reef,
years,
we don't
we're
realise,
going to be
but you
gone.
know, when you bleach those coral reefs supply all the world's fish and a lot of oxygen. They take a
Yep.
lot of carbon dioxide out of the water and they put a lot of oxygen in. If we take all the coral reefs out of the oceans, there's going to be nowhere for the little fish to live and grow up. There's going to
Yep.
be no oxygen in the water.
Mhm.
The whole entire oceans could potentially become stagnant. The current conveyor belt could stop. Actually, they showed some pictures recently coming with waves coming up on the beach, and they were purple, like little purple waves. And Dr.
That's
McPherson
freaky.
said, "Yeah, Dr. McPherson said this is the first signs of a acidifying ocean. This is how the ocean was back in the Pliocene era." And he was convinced that what we were seeing was the beginning of the sixth mass extinction. That the sixth mass extinction is actually underway as we speak, and that within a few years it's going to get so hot that they're going to shut Facebook down. They're going to shut all the computers down because it'll be too hot. They won't be able to turn the computers on. The hard drives will overheat. So computers, everything, the power grid's going to fail. So, I mean, if I was you, if I had to give you any advice at all, I would say prepare to live with no electricity, get lots of bottled water, lots of food, pre pre like 2-minute
Canned.
noodles and stuff. Yep,
Yeah.
tin food, and buy a bunch of gas canisters and a couple of camp stoves, and be prepared to live off the grid for as long as a year or 2 years, because, and I think, yeah, I think at the end there, people are going to go turn to cannibalism and shit. People will start trying to eat each other, and that before the very end comes. I think,
Yeah.
and do you know how I know people do that? Resort to that
People
when
do
they have
that.
got no food. In the past, when Joseph Stalin banished a bunch of people to an island, they had
Mhm.
no food. They ate each other. The prisoners ate each other on this island.
Hello,
So,
Solo.
yeah, and so like it just goes to show when the chips are down and there's no food, but there's people around, people will kill and eat each other to survive.
Yeah.
It's a human instinct that we have built into us that will do anything to survive. It's survival of the fittest. And if you're a bit weaker, if you're like, oh man, it breaks my
Well,
heart.
it would.
This one story that I heard about this lady, she
Mhm.
stumbled to a house. She got off the island somehow and she stumbled to a house, and they opened the door and they noticed she had rags wrapped around her legs and she was limping. And when they got her to take the rags off her legs, they noticed that her calf muscles had been completely cut off, and somebody had taken her calf muscles off and eaten them, and then wrapped her legs up in bandages and let her go. That's pretty gruesome, eh?
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine
It's
having your legs chopped off, your muscles chopped off the back of your legs just so somebody could have breakfast. That's freaky,
yeah.
man.
Well, you think of it even worse. This comes down, as they say, then there's going to be a lot of people out there killing people
Oh,
for
yeah.
what they have in the first place
Oh, yeah,
and
no, so
keeping
that's
them.
right. So I think if you are going to buy a lot of food and a lot of gas canisters and water, you
You
can't
better
have
have bullets to
it
back
in
it up.
your house. You can't just have it in your cupboards in your house because people, they're going to come house to house in mobs looking for food, and they're going to
Mhm.
break into houses and they're going to take everything out of your cupboards. So you really need to have it hidden.
Yep.
Build a in-floor safe or something where you can keep your supplies with a combination and have it hidden behind a panel or something so that people won't even know it's there. I wouldn't. I'm just saying, I wouldn't buy a lot of supplies and then just have them sitting around in the open where people can just
No.
grab them. You really need to have them hidden away.
But you wouldn't tell your neighbors either.
No, and that too, because that's what'll happen. Is first of all they'll beg you for it, and they'll say, "Oh, we know you've got some water. We know you've got some food. Can you please share with us?" And then if you don't share with them, they'll go and tell everybody, "Hey, this person's got this and this," and that's when the mob will turn up at your house and drag you outside because your neighbours are jealous and want what you got. And it happens in jail all the time too. Like if you're in jail and you tell somebody in your cell that you've got some drugs, and if they want your drugs and you don't share it with them, they go and tell
They're
somebody
going to beat
else,
the crud out of you.
yep, to come and take it off you.
Mhm.
And then they'll get their share anyway. So you've really got to be really political and think very carefully about who you tell what you've got. Yeah,
I'd be killed well
unfortunately,
long before that, so I'm not worried.
humans will always, generally speaking, put themselves first before everybody else, just to try and survive. It's just our nature.
Hmm.
There's very few heroic people that put other people before themselves. Unfortunately.
Well, it's very difficult. Once again, it's a situation of putting yourself in front for someone else.
I guess it's a matter of honour. You've either got
Sorry,
honour or
Solo.
you don't.
We've
Either have
somehow got into the topic of of
morality, human morality. That's
human morality
dodgy,
and future
dodgy
possibilities.
subject. Dodgy subject, eh? Especially when you're talking about live feedings and stuff, eh?
Go from live feedings to live feedings.
No, I think that's where we crossed over, and that's where it ties in, as it comes back to the human morality and common sense and what's decent and what's not. You know,
And that lady actually was a human feeding in a sense,
hmm.
because someone cut off her uh, part of the leg for their
Yeah,
meal.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's whoo. When you think about stuff, isn't it?
Eh,
You can Google. You can actually look on YouTube about Stalin's Cannibal Island, and it'll tell you all about that.
Hmm.
You can Google that.
Islands, Cannibal
You want to look
Island.
Stalin's Cannibal Island? See what comes up.
1933, nearly 5,000 died in one of Stalin's camps.
Yep. Read about that island to see what
Let's
it's
see.
Read about the Cannibal Island.
Every year, a small group of locals travels the 550 kilometers northwest from the Siberian city to Nazitsky Island in the middle of Ob River to place a
Sounds
wreath
right.
at the foot of the wooden cross. Okay,
Sounds
remembrance
right.
of the victims of horrific events in 1933.
Sounds right. It sounds like the one. That's the story. Yeah, read it. Read it. Read it.
Okay.
Just
Dedication.
read as much as you can of the
Remind
backstory.
fellow Russians of an experiment in social engineering and self-sufficiency that went tragically wrong for many of the settlers, quote unquote, lured by Soviet authorities under Joseph Stalin, whose brutal excesses have frequently been downplayed under Russia's current leadership in favor of a more forgiving historical interpretation of Stalin's 3-decade rule. Stalin was a... Anyway. In May, a flotilla of lumber barges pulled up to this island and offloaded 3,000 settlers with orders to construct a special settlement as their little corner of the Gulag network camps.
Can you see it? How, look, it's stormy and rainy here.
So,
it's raining
labor
hard.
camps that spread across the Soviet Union where millions of peoples were repressed and killed.
Yeah, and if you keep reading, it'll tell you
At
about
least
the
23 of
lady.
the prisoners were already dead, without tools or shelter or food, and surrounded by armed guards who shot anyone who tried to brave the icy river. Nice. The prisoners quickly fell victim to starvation, disease, violence, and brutal elements. And still, additional barges continued to pull up at the island. Numerous gruesome incidents of cannibalism were reported, so many, in fact, that locals came to call it Cannibal Island or the Island of Death. By August 1933, at least 4,000 people were dead or missing, according to a Soviet document dated August 20th, 1933. There were only 2,200 survivors out of the 6,700 prisoners who had been sent to Nazitsky swampy strip, some 3 kilometers long and about 6. Well, that's not even big enough for that amount of people in the first place. Once a woman was from the Island of Death was brought to our house, someone, Belina resident
This is
of
it.
village.
This story. This is it.
North bank of the Ob recalled in an oral history in 1989 she was being taken to another camp. The woman was taken into the back room to spend the night, and I saw that her calves had been cut off. I asked, and she said, "They did that to me on the Island of Death, cut them off and cooked them. All the meat on her calves was cut away. Her legs were freezing because of this, and she wrapped them up with rags. She was able to move on her own. She looked like an old woman, but really she was just a little over 40. The tragedy was the product of pitiless Soviet efficiency. Secret police head Janrik Yaguda and Matvey Berman, head of the Gulag system, dreamed up a brutal social engineering project aimed at resettling at least 2 million people in the remote reaches of Siberia and Soviet Kazakhstan. The idea was that the settlers would bring millions of hectares of land into cultivation and develop self-sufficient communities within 2 years. In part, the plan was aimed at covering up the ongoing famine in Ukraine and other parts of the country.
And you know what? Like, you think like that's a modern thing. Back in Egypt, when they were doing archaeology digs, they found this hieroglyph on the wall, and it showed a famine where all the people and all the animals were real skinny. It was all their ribs sticking out. Then it showed a hieroglyph of the head of the family, the father, killing each child from the oldest down to the youngest and eating them to keep the family alive. They practiced cannibalism like in ancient Egypt to try and get through the famines. So it's a real old concept that the father would sacrifice the child to feed the rest of the family. Ancient Egyptian thing. So yeah, it's been happening for many, many years, like before that account came out of Russia. It just goes to show that human desire to survive is really, really strong, you know, and it comes from thousands of years back, you know. Hey, my battery on my phone is now at 5%. So at some point very shortly here, my battery's going to die.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know now so that when it happens, you don't go, okay, where the fuck did he go? Did he just hang up on me?
No, I just know that phones go and it's like, oh,
my phone will go flat and I'll just get cut off. So just so you know, it wasn't you, it wasn't me, it was just my phone going dead.
okay.
I mean, and we've been talking.
If it does go beforehand, I'd like to say thank you for coming on and
Yeah.
yakking with me about all of this. It's been an interesting discussion all the way along. I like this.
We've been talking the best part of 2 hours.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Solo wanted to know if that wooden skull behind you, if you had made it. I think it was that picture with the wooden skull.
Who wants to know that? Is someone
That
in the
one.
chat?
Solo would like to know if you made that.
Is she in the chat now?
Yes. Yes, she is. Solo Butterfly is here.
Is she? Oh, really? Yeah, I did make it.
Yep.
I carved it. It's one of my carvings.
Yeah, it is one of his carvings, Solo.
That says search and destroy. And those are really hard letters to carve. Right, those letters, that lettering is extremely. Fuck, this camera's really fast to try and.
That would have been real rough. You are so artistic. There's a lot of work to all that stuff, Ben. The work you do is magnificently done.
Thank you.
That could, I mean, that is worth. Solo says she'd love to have one of those. Wow, she says.
She should come on, like jump on the stream and talk to us since it's so late. There's no one else around before my battery goes flat. Oh, I suppose if you stay on, I can put another battery in my phone and then jump back in.
It'll just take
if
you didn't want anyone to see you, Solo, you could just put it on stop cam so no one sees you.
You can join in and then just push camera off and then it just shows you can just talk.
Did you want to do that solo?
And I'll change my battery. You come on and turn your camera off, and then because I won't even get to see you when you do that, and then I'll change my battery, and then I'll come back on with you two.
What do you think, Solo? I could do an end of the broadcast and just have it going among the three of us.
Yeah.
She's thinking. Solo and we've talked a fair amount about a lot of different things.
Oh.
Yeah.
We haven't talked
A lot
about
about horrible people, actually. So
Oh,
this works
yeah.
together.
I don't think there's too many horrible people around. There's one or two that are a bit dodgy, but
Oh,
no one
no,
real.
no. We're talking about in the older days.
Oh, yeah.
Going to bed, haven't slept in 8 days. Holy sugarcane, Solo.
Solo has.
Are you okay?
Is she really, really that upset right now? She was
Haven't
having
slept
a hard.
for 8 days, she says.
She was
What
having a
happened?
hard week. She was having a hard week the other week. Low self-esteem and that. But I mean, I even get that. What's going on, Solo?
Stressed
Why are
out
you
bad.
beating yourself up so much?
Oh, very much about
And here goes my
about
battery.
dog. A lot, or household, or your that next court case is coming up, isn't it? You have the court case, right? Yes. No. Maybe. Sorry, Solo. My brain. You know how my brain goes. There's that court case. Oh, dear me. I'm right, aren't I? That is not easy. Oh. There goes Ben. Right. Force him to sign the divorce. Why doesn't he want to sign the divorce papers? I mean, you haven't been together for so long. There's no reason not to sign them. Or is he just being an ass? So much. That is a lot of stress. Definitely. Is there something that he doesn't want to give you, or what? Ah, yes, one of those kind of things. Oh, really? He can't actually control you so much with even having a divorce papers. I mean, with not having a divorce, he can just say, we're not divorced. But even if you're not divorced, you can still say he's non grata, whatever. Because he can't, just because you're still married doesn't mean he can tell you what to do. That's old fart saying. Can say anything he wants, but it's like, nope, we are separated and that's it. Screw off, baby. That's rough. So he wants to control you to make sure that you can't get into any other relationship, or well, yeah, because you wouldn't want another man like him. You'd never get another man like me. That is true. That is true. I only want one more asshole around. Or don't want another asshole around. The crud. Crud that goes on. Yay! Well, one, two, whoever wants it. We have three people? Who else is here? A solo. La 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 la. Uh, my dear friend, you can go to sleep. Try to get some sleep. You can hang out in the chat. You can come in here and just make sure you don't have the cam on when you come on. Whatever you want to do, my dear, is quite fine with me. I just want you to be a happy person. Ah, happy. Damn, that stupid little thing. Nope, I just have my hand on my cup and sitting forward. That's all. I'm not falling asleep yet. And if I did, Justin would be in the room no time saying, Sherry, wake up. In the chat, I mean. So, I have a cold cup of tea, but I should heat it up, really. So, okay. Then we'll see you a bit later, Solo. You have a good sleep. I'm going to be on for another hour or so. Like I said, gonna try to get to bed by about 3. And and go from there. Saxon paint. Well, new name here. Saxon paint. The English.
That's my
English
real
in
name.
you gotcha.
That's my real name.
Saxon?
Yeah.
Benjamin Saxon Payne?
Benjamin Michael Saxon.
Oh, so you have 4
Yep.
in your
Benjamin
name.
Michael
Okay.
Saxon.
Benjamin Michael Saxon Payne. Okay.
Yep. It's all of it.
I'll remember that for I don't know how long. Sorry, Ben. I might remember it for a couple of years. I might remember it for a couple hours.
I'll leave it up on my name on the chat so everybody will know sooner.
Much love, Solo. Poor Solo. She has not been having a good time.
This is the view from the beach where I live.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's a local beach.
I like the beach. It's very pretty.
And that's the mountain in the background. You can Google that, Mount Taranaki.
Taranaki.
Taranaki. Taranaki.
Okay, that would be
Taranaki. Taranaki. Naki.
so that is across from where you are.
Yep, Mount Taranaki is that mountain that you can see in that picture I just showed you, and it's basically I live just down the coast. See, New Plymouth is above Mount Taranaki, and Whanganui is below Mount Taranaki down the coast.
Okay, so you're south of Taranaki.
Yep, I'm in that little dip. It goes around like that. Wanganui's in there, and then right up on the top of that peninsula is just sitting on its own is Mount Taranaki.
Okay.
New Zealand's a funny shape. The North Island's a funny shaped island. It's like a fish. It's got a head at one end, and it's got a fin on one side and a fin on the other.
Yeah, and there's oh, you have to take a boat over to the other side of New Zealand. So you're on the top
Yep.
section of New Zealand.
Yep. So you Google the Inter-Islander Ferry. Inter-Islander Ferry.
Okay.
And you'll see the ferry, and you can
Okoki?
take the car on. It takes
Wait,
cars
that way.
and trucks. It even takes rail cars from trains.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like go if got a train, and you can drive the train into the ferry, and then when you get to the other end, they pull the carts out at the other end, hook it up to another train, and drive off with it. That's pretty cool, eh?
Yep. We have. Let's see. Oh, you're mostly cloudy right now at 12 degrees.
It's raining here. It's pissing down outside.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Wi-Fi is even working, actually, to be honest, because it's raining that hard here right now. I'm not even joking. Like right now, it is cold. Look at that.
You have a
Cold.
Domino's pizza? Cool.
Look how cold and shitty it is. Look.
Ah,
I'm getting wet. Oh, look, there's earwigs. Do you know what earwigs are?
1940?
Do you know what an earwig is? Earwigs are little bugs. They
Oh, please
crawl
do
in your
not show me
ears
those.
while you.
No, 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 no. Please not.
They crawl in your
I'm not
butt.
crazy about
Earwigs.
earwigs whatsoever.
Do you know what they are?
Little
Do you know what an earwig
icky little critters that I don't like.
is? Yeah, they're horrible little things, eh? They got little pincers on the back and they crawl in your ears
Yeah.
while you're asleep.
See, we have this kind of. This is facing towards my window, the front window.
Oh, you're on Instagram, eh? So I can message you on Instagram and send you a picture of my send you pictures of different things and that, eh? On Instagram. So
Yeah, you
I
can
can
send me
talk
stuff
to you.
on Instagram, no problem.
Are you on Facebook too?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I don't very often use it because I just
No.
don't like Facebook.
Okay, I'll use
I
Instagram.
find
Okay,
it
I'll talk
too um too much habit.
invasive too, eh?
Yes, it is in some ways very invasive.
Yeah. No, I'll go through Instagram to talk to you when I'm not talking to you on here.
Okay. I have
No. I just messaged you just before, actually. I sent you a message. It's a quick video from my friend Dr. Guy McPherson, Nature Bats Last. So
mhm.
Google Nature Bats Last. If you Google Nature Bats Last, it'll take you to his website. And he's the professor. He's an ecologist, and he's a real
And he's
clever
the one
guy.
who says about all this stuff.
He's real clever. Yeah, he predicts that by 2030 there won't be a breath of fresh air left on the planet.
Well, unfortunately, he might be right.
Yeah, well, he hopes he's wrong. He hopes he's wrong. He doesn't want to be right.
Oh,
He really doesn't. He does not
that's
want to be right. Like he of
that's
all people,
understandable.
he hopes he's wrong. But he and I, but a lot of people don't think he's wrong. We all think, look, looking at where we're at right now is 2021 going on 2022. The rate things are going. Maybe by 2030, there's going to be major fucking issues,
Mm-hmm.
Right now, things are just starting to flood, things are just starting to get bad now, like with the fires and the fires, the wildfires, the bushfires, and the drought and the heat. Like you guys have been getting those big bushfires over in America.
Yeah, the U.S. in here,
Mm-hmm.
and
They're saying it's just going to get worse.
oh yeah, it has been getting worse over the last few years, definitely. Fitz put out a thing with his kid, with his kid doing turn.
I just got a nice look.
You
Some
did it.
refilled my medications. Look at this big bunga. Look at this big dunga bunga.
That. Oh yeah, you have lots of those leaves. Lots of them. And we don't get them like that. I get uh, just a little smoke thing.
I wish that would focus. There's not enough light. I
Th-
need the torch. I need the torch. I think I need the torch
this
to
is the
get
one
it.
I have. It's just
What are you smoking?
this one is blueberry,
Oh,
free labor blueberry, and it's supposed to help with the pain because of the fibromyalgia. It's
oh, you get
pretty
that, do
rough.
you? I've got a friend who gets fibromyalgia, and
Yeah,
it's inflammation, eh?
inflammation. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
he
all the
told
way
me.
through in all of the
You said it makes him real tired.
soft. It does, and it makes your brain real. You just it the for there I go
How are you
for
awake? How are
thinking.
you awake right now? You should be asleep there.
I'll be asleep in a bit, just not yet.
I get insomnia too. Like I take a couple of diazepam a day.
Hmm.
And those diazepam, instead of making me relax, they make me buzz out and I stay awake all night.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
Perfect lighting. Look at that.
I will be right back. I'm going to heat up this tea.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see you, Bale.
Do you want to go now? Do you want to
No,
like
I just
call it?
want to heat up tea.
Oh yeah.
Go to
Okay.
the microwave.
You can call it if you want.
No, I want to make some tea. Warm up my tea. Be right back.
Okay.
What's up, Bale? Hi. Yes, I see you. I see you very much as so.
I just boiled the jug and heated up my cup of tea too. I must admit.
Yes, pretty girl. I know. I know.
Fuck you. Good. My hot water cylinder, the element shat itself today. I woke up this morning to have a shower and I had no hot water. But they sent someone out and it's all fixed now, so that's good. I've got hot water again. But no doubt they'll put my rent up now to make up fucking difference for paying the bill. All it was a new element for the hot water cylinder, so I don't know, that's probably a 50, $100 or something from my landlord. Plus he fixed a couple of fucked up light sockets, so that was probably another $100. Might be a few $100 my landlord will have to pay, but it's the price of being a landlord, I guess. So it's 8:23 here in New Zealand on what day is it? It is Monday night, 8:23 on Monday night. So in America right now it'll be Sunday plus 5 hours, so 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m., there or thereabouts. You are now. If you're on the East Coast, it could be as late as 4 a.m., 5 a.m. God. If you're in America right now, it'll be 8 a.m. in the morning. In the UK, sorry, if you're in the UK, or you happen to be Doug's Monsters, Doug Co., it would be 8:30 a.m. in Scotland, there or thereabouts. 8 a.m. in Scotland, maybe. Where are you, Doug? Get out of bed, you bastard. Come and chat with us. Get on. The link's been dropped. Come on. Don't be annoying with me. You're making a nuisance of yourself. Teach people how to swear in live stream. Oh man, sit down. Oh man. Oh my god. Oh, turn my camera back on.
There we go. So I just, oh, I should have got a icicle for that. If at first you don't succeed, try a completely weirdly different method.
Have you got any snakes or reptiles, Scary?
Do I have any snakes? No.
Yeah.
Reptiles? Yes.
What have you got?
I have 2 cresties and 2 crested geckos and 2 leopard geckos. Just a second,
Okay.
and I can show you. Couple. I'm putting icy in my tea to cool it down a bit, which is really funny because I just don't like my tea too hot. But of course, you have to make it hot, so I have to cool it down a little bit so I can drink it. Little ices in there. It's weird. I do weird things. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way to show off these little girls. Let's see if I can get it over here. Okay. And is my headphone gonna get me that far? Close enough. Close enough. So I'll put this here. Hello, Monroe.
Are you going to show me your crazy gecko? Oh,
Yeah.
your dog. Hello, dog. What's your dog called?
No, this isn't a dog. This is Monroe.
What's a cat? What's the cat called?
This is Monroe. She is my baby girl. You can check a look.
She's paying a lot of attention to the camera. She's like, who's this? What's this in the camera? Who's that?
She loves being in the camera. Yeah, she's like Marilyn Monroe. She's a big.
You got headphones in. Can she hear me? Can you put me on speaker so I can talk to your cat?
No, I can hear you, but getting.
Can you put the headphone in the cat's ear?
Let's say hello to her.
Puss, puss. Hello, puss, puss. What you doing, puss, puss? Hello, puss, puss.
Don't you? The permanent one?
How are you?
Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna put this. Hi, Bailey.
What's the cat?
This is my sister's boy, right
What's the cat?
there.
Hello, puss,
Big boy.
puss.
And
Hello,
now
puss, puss.
Monroe wants the stage, so she's gonna try to get him out of the way.
Oh, yeah, by using her ass. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, it's come to blows. Oh, my God.
They are such
You would see here up in me.
hams, these two.
Someone's going to take the gloves off.
Pumaraz is somewhere about, but I'm not quite sure where.
Someone's going to end
Let's
up in.
see. That there.
Someone's going to end up in a freaking rear naked choke in a minute.
Hi, sweetie. Can I come out for a second? Hello. Hello. That's a girl. That's my girl. Say hi. Say hi.
Hey, Sherry. I was just thinking what we were saying before. Oh wow!
This is
that's beautiful.
Santorma.
I think some people cheer their pets on while they're feeding because they're proud of them. Hello, how are you? How are you, Mr. Gecko? What are you doing there, Mr. Gecko? Hello, 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 Mr. Gecko. No, okay, there hasn't bitten you on your nose or dropped the tail and run away.
Okay.
Apparently,
No,
they
you're
tail.
not getting in her little room. Okay. Hey, it's okay.
Have you ever seen one of them tails fall off?
It's okay, Santorma. It's okay, baby. Yes, I know.
Have you ever seen one
I know.
fall
I
off?
know, Santorma. Come
Oh, you're not wearing your headphones.
on.
Have you ever seen one of your geckos lose its tail before?
That's a good girl. Stay. Girl, good Santorma. Good Santorma. That's the girl.
Have you ever seen one of your geckos drop its tail before?
Stay right there. Good girl. Good girl. It's just she's pretty darn quick and can hurt herself pretty easily. Good girl. Good Santorma. There we go. Come on. Come on, sweetie. Come on. There we go. There. See, it's all good. Yeah, you got my shoulder. Let's go back a bit. Come on. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Down the back. Okay. Oof. No, we're not playing roller coaster. No. Here we go. Hey, Ben. Here's Santorma. She's mine. About 17 years old. It's a good thing I watch you, sweetie. Yes, it is. She's a little quick sometimes,
Why
or
don't
a
you
lot of times.
take the whole screen,
No,
Sherry?
no, you're not going to accidentally fall in the tea.
Take the whole screen so I can see them properly. If you take the whole screen so I can see them properly.
Be right back. Just gonna put her back in her home. She's not used to being out very long. Yeah, no, you like having him back for some reason. Sorry. Yes, I know. I know, Monroe.
So who is putting your gecko away?
Come here, sweetheart.
You're putting your geckos away, as far as I know. She's putting her geckos away. See what I scored for $10? Look what I got for $10. This is pretty good for $10, eh?
There. Oh, oh.
Box cutter,
There we go.
the chainsaw,
Oh, you know. You
and the
know.
box cutter is really well run.
Okay. Santorma's not too used to going out. Um, her I just take out for a minute or two anytime I take her out.
Did she get
This
cranky
little
and
bum.
try and bite you?
What's that?
Did she get cranky and try and bite you?
No, no, she doesn't bite. And neither does this little girl. Come on.
Oh, you got one head right now. Take the whole screen so I can see it.
There she is.
Banish me and take the whole screen so I can see it.
The whole string?
Take the whole screen
Oh, sorry. Screen.
so I can see her. Yeah.
Come on. Okay. Solo. Hello, sweetie. You gonna jump again? You gonna jump? That was well done, rascal. You do? No? What you doing? What you doing, sweetheart? Oh, you sweetie. Okay. You get on the glasses now? Huh? Boy? You gonna try to bite out my eyes? sweetie.
That's extremely interesting.
She's er, get- uh, Cresties love playing in people's hair. They just
It's making me want to play.
oh,
It's making me want to play Egyptian music.
go for it. Whatever works with it.
I think that fits your lizard quite well. I should do some soundtracks for some of you guys.
For some of us guys. Cool. What do we do now? Hmm?
Shit, yeah, I could do some soundtracks for Ball Python Loves videos, but like I reckon like basic sense of the bits with the animals, like with the mouse going like they don't need to show the mouse going and dying, like that part
No.
they could like maybe just skip over that bit.
Yeah, they'd like that. Hey,
But
yes, I love
I
you
don't
too.
know. It's like some people, that's what makes them want to watch the video is hearing the mouse go,
Yeah, it's quite.
I don't know what's
Again,
up.
aren't you, sweetie?
Then you've got to ask yourself, why are you making these videos? Who are you making them for? Are you making them for people who want to watch and learn, or are you making them for the queer cunts? The weirdos?
For it's for the hits. For the hits. Right?
So it's for the weirdos then, isn't it?
Well, it's just for anyone to hit that button. Right, sweetheart?
Yeah, well, that's
Yes.
unfortunate. See, I couldn't do that. I'd have some code of honor that I'd have to stick to that wouldn't allow me to post any content that I wasn't willing to stand behind, And I know that these guys do stand behind their content and are willing to back it up, and they will take questions and they will answer and they will say, yep, this is why, and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, like, we all got common sense and we all know what's right, we all know what's wrong, and they know they've been a bit edgy. They know they've been a bit edgy and pushing the limits a little bit. Surely they know this. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out what's edgy and what's not, Showing a live animal being eaten alive, that's pretty edgy, I would say. But that's just me. And I've been shot, and I've been in knife fights, and know what fucking edgy is.
You want on my hair. Okay.
I've had my leg
Play in my
torn
hair,
off.
just don't poop on me.
When I was 11, I had my left leg torn off below the knee, so I definitely know what fucking edgy is.
Don't poop on that either, sweetie.
When I see it.
Come on.
All right, you've had the screen to yourself for so long. I feel like I've been all forgotten all about now. I feel like I'm sitting back here going, oh, why am I here now? I'm like, maybe I should just go back to the comment section.
Go back to where?
The comment section. Do you want to put me back up on the screen, or shall I?
Whatever you like. If you want me to keep it like this or put it back?
Well, can anybody see me over here in this little square?
No, we could. There we go.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
And
Right,
here
yeah,
we go again.
that's fine. I'm only little.
Okay,
I
sweetie.
don't have like what do you call it? Like I don't have penis compensation issues or anything. So it's fine, no big deal.
Okay.
I'm playing with my gun collection now. Do you have any guns, Sherry?
No, no, I don't have
No
guns.
guns. You don't
No
do guns.
guns.
Do you do
Huh?
knives? Do you do knives or anything like that? Samurai swords? Oh, fuck's sake.
I have a mouse
I just dropped
and a
my
gecko
phone
that
on the
likes
floor.
jumping on my head.
I dropped my phone on the floor and then nearly bashed it and broke the screen with my gun.
Oh, careful with that. Come on, sweetheart. Come on.
Oh no, it's okay. It's a nice. That. Yeah, right. That's not cool having that in your head. This is awesome. This thing here's it's got
That's
a
really neat.
light. Yeah, it's got a light. It's got a laser. It's got a scope. And it's got a really nice slide action. So nice little blowback.
Where you going,
Yeah.
Monroe? Where you going, rascal?
There's another rail there too. I'm thinking about putting something else on this one as well. Like I might even put in a second light on there, like another light, or I'm not sure, maybe even a camera. I was thinking about putting a camera on it so that I've got a laser, a light, a camera.
And you can show exactly what's
Yeah, it's
in
got
your
it's got
sights.
the sight, the laser, the light, the silencer, and all I want to do is put a camera on this rail right here, and then it'll be perfect. Then I'll have the whole thing will be fully tactical if I do that. At the moment, the only thing missing off it is the camera, so that'll be a bit of
Are you
fun.
eating my hair?
I know where like Desert Armory Desert Wolf Armory. Have you seen some of his videos? Fuck, he's got some cool guns.
Uh, yeah, I've seen a little bit of his stuff.
Fuck, he's got
I'm not.
P90 and fuck, he's got AK-47 and he's got fucking
He's got
everything.
pretty much everything.
Yeah, automatic shotguns and fucking all that. Oh
Yep,
my god,
pretty close to
dude,
everything.
killing me. I have to watch that. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. But
Yep.
I got my electric guitars. I'm happy. Whereas
Well,
I'm actually very lucky.
come here.
I'm
Can you
very,
hear?
very lucky
Can you hear?
considering what I've got like laying around me right now. All
Oh,
the
you
electric-
have quite the guitars and
Mm, mm,
such.
yeah,
I mean, you got the guys were so jealous in 5 seconds. I was almost falling over laughing at that because
yeah.
for
Some of them really
BPL.
like. Yeah, he
Come on,
really
sweetie.
likes.
Okay.
I really like that today. He's really cool.
BPL?
It's funny. I looked on his wife's YouTube, and she had one subscriber on her YouTube, and it was him.
Oh,
So now she's got two. So because I subscribed to her as well. So, but I hope he doesn't like freak out and get all jealous and like, oh no, why have you subscribed to my wife's YouTube? You know, it's like,
he should be fine about that.
I hope so.
Oh.
Because I didn't sign up
A
to
little.
subscribe.
Oh, what are you doing there? You almost fall flat on your little face jumping that far.
I only subscribe out of genuine like care or just you know like wanting to support them basically.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to put Little Rascal back. Did you want me to take out anyone else to say hi? Rascal is 3 years old, or 3.5 years old, sweetie? Yeah, about 3.5. And we stick tongues out at each other. She trusts me a little bit too much, for the most part. What'd you see? What'd you see? Come on, sweetie. Okay, just a sec. I'm going to put her back. Did you want me to get out the other Krusty,
Yeah,
or
I'll look at them.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll get out Lizzie then.
I'll just get out of the cage.
Let's go back.
It's what we were talking about before, you know. How would you want to live your whole life in an enclosure? Absolutely. Take them out. Bring them to introduce them. Show them off as much as possible.
Ready? There you go. Hi, Lizzie. Coming out, sweetheart? What are you doing, Lizzie? I want Lizzie back here.
Like a deer. I can just hear you. So what have you got there now? That looks like what have you got in your hand? Did it poop in your hair or pee in your hair? What happened? Did it pee on your head or
There we
something?
go, Lizzie. Okay, you happy, Lizzie?
What happened? Did
Huh?
did they poop? Did they accidentally poop or
Did she poop on me?
in your hair? So like,
Did she?
I know that sounds like a stupid question, but like, while they're running around in your head, have you ever had an accident? Have they ever had an accident
Nope,
while they're running?
not so far.
Really? Wow, that's pretty lucky going. Like, my mate Snake
I always
poops
check
on
to
his
make
head all
sure,
the
but
time.
this one's Lizzie. She what they do is something they call fire up, which is their coloration gets a deeper color. Often is hi Liz.
It's so funny. If it poops on your head right now, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Okay, having fun, Lizzie. Yes, you're having fun. You're having too much fun.
Oh, well, that's good. They get out of their cage. They have a bit of fun.
Yep. I usually take them out once or twice. For a while, I hadn't taken them out for a couple months. Yes,
Oh,
I
well, there you
know.
go.
I
See,
know.
it's a perfect, it's a perfect occasion to take them out. They're
Yeah.
loving it. Right. I think this should be a weekly or a night, like once every couple of days. You want to bring them out and show them to everybody.
Oh, I normally take them out in the first place. Just they got a little
At
bit
least,
for a bit. Hey,
like,
sweetheart.
when
Yes.
you say you haven't had them out for a couple of months.
Yeah, I did have them. It's lately I've been taking them out every couple of days. I've just.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought you
they
said
had
you hadn't had
been
them out.
not being taken out for a couple of months because of
Really?
kitty cats.
Jumped on your head because of what?
The cats.
The cat.
Cats. Especially Pumaras.
Cat
Because
tried to eat them.
the
Catch
reason
them.
Rascal doesn't have a tail
Oh,
is because
I was gonna. I asked you that before. Have you ever had any of them drop their tail?
Pumaras dropped her tail because sorry, Rascal dropped her tail because Pumaras got into her enclosure and tried to get her.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did the cat eat the tail?
no.
Oh,
Actually, Rascal had gotten out. We thought that she had actually eaten her. And, Pumaraz went into the crate of despair for a while we were trying to find Rascal, and it wasn't working finding Rascal. I couldn't find her, and then I went back to my room, and
You thought
David
the cat
found her
You thought
up
the cat had
here.
eaten her.
Yeah,
Right.
and there's a door there that is a sliding door, and
Did you
she had
chase
gone
the
up
cat?
there.
Did you chase the cat with the broom?
Was that?
Did you chase the cat with the broom or anything?
Oh no, just caught her and put her in the cat crate, in the one cat crate.
Put her in the cat crate. Okay. And then when you found the lizard, you were like, cat, you were.
We were so happy when we found her because
If you hadn't found her, then what would have happened to the cat?
oh, she would have been in trouble, but we didn't know if she had eaten her. We didn't know what to do about
just banish the cat to the cage.
about Pumaraz at that point.
Oh man, it sucks. That sucks so bad. And so all you found in the cage was just this tail that she dropped.
No. David caught her up there and brought her down, and her tail dropped. and scared the crud out of David. Poor David.
Oh, so when David was bringing her back to her cage, she
Well,
dropped her tail.
yeah, she dropped her tail. I mean, she was scared enough. She was really, really scared, and then she probably thought the cat got her again, and dropped her tail right there.
Oh, wow.
It startled David so badly, the poor guy. Should we go back?
Did he not realize their tails fall off sometimes?
Well, he knew about it, but he didn't know that it was so violent that it go flippity floppity, and
Yeah.
it did,
So
and it startled him a lot.
It lies on the ground after the tail comes off. The tail lies on the ground and flips around. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started flopping around right away.
To attract the attention of the predator, so that the predator concentrates on the tail and lets the lizard get away. That's pretty cool, eh? It's got a nerve response in it or something in the tail, so when it separates, it flops around a lot.
Yep.
Most people don't know.
Over at me. This is peeks over. He's so cute.
Most people would see the tail flopping off the floor and go, "What the fuck? That tail's possessed." That's pretty cool how they can do that.
Yeah, but these ones, I knew she was working on it.
Straight to the face.
Yeah. Oh, she's getting upset right now. You see how her color has gotten a little darker?
Yeah.
See there in between? She's getting a little miffed because I haven't let her do what she wants to do.
So she'll change colour if she's not happy or whatever.
Yeah, they'll change color if they're upset or if it's dark or if... Here, sweetheart, you stay there. I have to take this. Oh, sorry. Take this off and be right back.
You got a phone call. It's interesting. I just realised something. You and I have had a longer chat. I've chatted to you for longer than I chat to my own partner. That's fucking out there. I mean, I have not had a talk this long to my partner ever. I suppose I should.
Never fully know until you've gotten a little bit of a brush on. Make sure
My dad
they've not done anything.
My dad reckons it takes 3 years to get to know somebody before you can marry them.
Oh. 3 years before you can marry them.
well, before you know them well enough, you know, you've got to live
Okay.
with somebody. My dad said you've got to live with a woman for 3 years, or at least know her or live with her at least 3 years, see what she's like before you should try to get married.
Hmm.
Because you don't really know what a person's like until after like 3 years. Like that seems like a really
But
long time to me, but then like he could be right. Like after 3 years, you get to see what a person's really like. Hey,
oh, you get to learn that pretty darn quick, actually. But 3 years
yeah,
is not bad of an amount to gauge by,
yeah.
because some people can be pretty.
It gives you an account of their behaviour over an extended period of time, and that's what
Yeah.
you can
By about
judge.
3 years is when people tend to forget. I'm supposed to act like
If you
this.
still like them, yeah, if you still like them after 3 years and still want to be with them after 3 years, then that's when you should get engaged and get married.
Plus, it takes about that amount of time to save up as well.
Mm,
At least you
mm,
have to have at least that amount of time to get settled
yeah,
in many accounts.
yeah.
Whereas, yeah, it's that's what they say. I've been with, I was with David for 5 years before we got married, and we've been
And
together 23 years since.
do you think that 5 year period that you spent before you got married was pivotal to your success? Your marriage succeeding and lasting all this time? If you hadn't have
Um,
spent that 5 years getting to know each other properly before you got married, do you think it would have lasted this long?
hmm.
How did that 5 years go
I
to
don't
set
know. It would
you
have
up?
just been harder to get a divorce if I found anything wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, so in that 5 year period, he proved to you that he was the guy for you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He proved
Did
in
you know
that
after
time, and he's
two? Did you know
and he's
after
proved
2
since.
years? Did you know after 2 years or 3 years, or did it take you the whole 5 years?
It didn't take me that long at all. Took me
Did it take him? Did
only a
it
couple
take him
months, but
5 years? Did it take him 5 years?
nope. He knew from
Right.
really soon on that he wanted to be with me. There were some
What?
things which we had to iron out, which
Right.
was
I see. Exes and stuff. Kids, divorces.
no, no. So I didn't kill his
Nothing like
friends.
that. You haven't been married.
Oh,
Either of
gods, they
you
were
weren't married
idiots.
before. Were
No, he
either
had a
of you
couple
married
friends who
before?
didn't understand things, and they just wanted him to, it to be giving him the bit of, everything's going to change because she's not going to let you go out anywhere and blah 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 blah. Not knowing that I was the one who's like, go play with your friends, so I can go play with my friends. Okay, go away. We need time away from each other. Go. Love you. Want to be with you. Want to be with you most of the time, but there's sometimes we need time away. Go play.
Right. And so it wasn't what he expected.
It's not what his friends expected. and his friends kept on coming up with stupid things. Like we were having money issues, and he had one friend who said that we should break up so that the money issues would be fixed. And it's like, wait a minute. You're saying we're supposed to break up so he can go back, live with his parents, not pay any money at all, and I get stuck with the bigger apartment than I
That's
had
retarded.
beforehand,
Yeah.
having more
That's
money, less
It's
money to pay more stuff. Oh yeah, it would have been fine for him, not for me. Boy, that friend almost got a kick in the rump.
people are just middle.
He backpedaled pretty darn quick when I
Middle.
talked to him. And Bailey, you're not having
know.
any food yet. Not till 5 in the morning. Now quit. Scoot your butt. Scoot your butt.
What are they? What are they? Do they eat crickets and stuff?
All of them will eat crickets. The crested geckos, the last two I showed you, they are very fast at getting crickets. They just they've got them. But the leopard geckos are nowhere near as fast. They are very, how can I explain it? Slow about it. They're just oh look, something moved. It moved again. It moved again. Maybe I might attack it.
That easy to handle, or they more difficult?
The first one, yeah. Very, very slow at. I mean, and they're the ones who only will eat live food. But they'll just sit there and watch it. Let's see if I can find something to show you what they're like. That's not it. What are these ones?
Oh, I'm just looking at the clock.
Second.
I'm just looking at the clock.
Oh no! I was
because
just looking at these pictures, trying to figure out what they were.
I'm just letting you know I have to go soon because my partner's going to call me from her on her lunch break. She live chats me on her lunch break every night from work, and it's at 9:30, which is just it's 11 minutes past 9 now.
So she'll be calling you really soon, and you're going to need to save your time there to talk to her as well.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I have to have certain things ready for her when she calls. And
yep.
We usually have a smoke. We have a smoke together. I'll have a cup of tea, talk to her.
Well, you have kind of a ritual that you do in a sense.
Well, yeah, she gets half an hour, so I try and make it as good a half an hour as I can for her.
No problem.
We just talk about weed, and we, just catch up, and she tells me what's going on at work. And she usually calls me back in the morning again after she gets home from work, and that's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm up all night waiting for her to call. That's crazy. I don't get enough sleep anymore these days. But it's nice to have finally met somebody that appreciates me and You know, I'm pretty sure she's in love with me, and I know. I just want to see where it goes, see what happens. Hopefully, it all works out for the best.
That
We'll
would be
see.
very nice.
Time will tell.
It sounds like
Yeah.
you two have been uh,
Oh, she sees I'm her soulmate. She sees it. She feels like she's known me her whole life, and she's very. She just doesn't know why, but she feels like she's known me forever, and she
hey,
can't
that's great.
explain it. Yeah, she can't explain it, but she just feels this real great attraction to me. So I have to just take her word for it. And
What
you're
about
on,
you?
you're on Instagram, so I'll send you some pictures, or you go and have a look on my Instagram because there's pictures of her on there and her son,
Okay.
and yeah, there's lots of pictures of where I live and my house and everything on my Instagram. If you want to scroll down through the pictures, there's about I don't know 1,000 pictures on there. There's no shortage of posts, put it that way.
No?
Anyway, yeah, it's been really nice talking to you tonight, Sherry. Thank you for that, because
Yeah,
that was like one of the most colossal chats I've ever had with a person. That was a good
really?
solid. It was over that was about 3.5 hours. That's fucking mammoth.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was.
You must be tired, ready for bed.
For talking or for.
I mean, you just must be pooped. You must be ready for bed, surely.
No, I had a couple
What?
hours sleep before getting back. I
What?
got what was it, about 6 hours sleep,
Be
and then
careful.
got
You
up
can end up having a stroke if you do that. If you have sleep deprivation, you'll have a stroke.
6, 8 hours.
Drink lots of water, okay?
Yeah, I will. I have been.
Okay,
It's just right
okay.
now I'm into my tea.
And get up
I
and
have
walk around
decaf.
a
Don't
lot.
worry.
Get
I
up,
drink
walk around
decaf.
a lot. Stretch those legs. Make sure you drink lots of water. If you
Hmm.
suffer from insomnia, don't just sit there all night, just
No, I'm
zoning
not
out.
going to. I'm going to drink my tea and go to bed pretty soon.
Yes,
I'm going to
good
do a little bit
idea.
of work on stuff
Good
to,
idea, my dear.
yeah.
Absolutely, my dear. All right, okay. I am sending all the love. Thank you for talking to me and having me on tonight. That was awesome.
Thank you to you as well. It was great having you here.
Let's do this again sometime.
And
Cheers.
cheers. You take care.
Yeah,
Say hi to the little
yeah.
lady.
I will,
Bye.
and I'll send you a picture, and I'll introduce you to her. She's awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you later, mate.
Fur.
Cheers. How
Bailey
do
has lots of fur. Okay, so uh wow, it's almost 4 hours that I've gotten on, and are you having fun, Bailey? Interesting chat about a whole bunch of different stuff. I like chatting with people. And then again, I'm a big chattermouth. I love chats. Smacked by Kitty. Smacked by Kitty. Okay, so I am going to scoop. I'm going to scoop. Thank you once again, everyone who has been here. Thank you, Ben, for having a big long chat with me. And thank you, Soto, for coming about And thank you, everyone who's been on. I know we've had. Oh, there we go. I got it, you funny kitty. Michaela, very much thank you. Loved having you on too. And wow, didn't have many people on here tonight, but had a good time. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning or it is 3 o'clock in the morning for me, 20 after. And it's almost 4 hours of being online. And I'm going to get off of here and do a little bit of work and go to bed. So, thank you, everyone. Take care. Have fun. And later, skaters.